Time
本当に
for...
伝えたいのは
Oh,
違う言葉だった。本当に感じたいのは違う心だった。
really
す
meant
れ違い
to
が溝を
say...
生み、ためらいの気持ちが人を恐怖へと沈ませる。もう誰も止められない。冷たい感情がむき出しの心を深く残酷にえぐってゆく。綿流し。なぜあの時とつぶやく後悔の言葉。それはもはや虚しい響きだった。
Oh.
わー、ケイチくんだ。おはようなんだよ。
It's Keiichi-kun, good morning, good morning. This doesn't look like morning. Rena was ecstatically waving her arms at me, already brimming with energy.
おはようって、もう夕方だぜ。
What do you mean, good morning? It's already evening.
こんにちは、だろ。
Just say hello or something.
でも、今日ケイチくんにする最初の挨拶だから、やっぱりおはようがいいな。いいな。
But, this is the first time I've seen you today, so I think good morning is right. It's right. No.
わかった。
I got it.
じゃあ、おはようでいい。おはよう、レナ。
Okay then, good morning it is. Good morning, Rena. I grabbed Rena's head and rubbed it with my hand. She scored, reveling in the motion like a cat.
やっほー、ケイちゃん。
I don't know why we heard Yahoo. Sounds really funny. Hey, Kei-chan.
昨日は申し訳なかったね。黙って帰っちゃってさ。
What about yesterday? I left without telling you.
ああ、それを言うなら俺の方が悪かった。
No, it's my fault.
ミオンをずっと待たせっぱなしてごめんな。
Sorry for making you wait so long.
昨日のお祭りの準備のことかな。
Are you talking about setting up for the festival yesterday?
どうだった、ケイチくん。
How was it, Keiichi-kun?
しっかりとお仕事してた？
Did you do your job properly? The slight muscle pain throughout my body and my sluggish movements were already obvious.
頑張ってたよ。
I did great.
へばってたけどね。
I'm pretty worn out now, though. I grinned dryly, and the three of us break out into laughter.
サトコとリカちゃんは？
Where's Sadako and Rika-chan? I'm assuming they're already waiting for us.
祭り会場で合流か？
Are we meeting with them at the festival? Yep.
リカちゃんはほら、大切なお勤めがあるから、昨日からずっと。
Rika-chan's actually been there since yesterday because she has such an important job.
さとこちゃんもそのお供だそうだから、もう二人とも神社にいるよ。
I think Sadako-chan stayed with her, so they're already at the shrine. Right, I just remembered. Today was Rika-chan's big performance. She'd been practicing especially hard for this day. As her friend, I needed to make sure I went and cheered her on.
よっしゃ、早速行こうぜ。
Alright, let's go right away.
うん。
Yeah. Wow, it's been a minute since I've done the festival. I don't even remember on stream when we did that. Was that part of the first stream? No, I think that was that was the second stream, right? Yeah, no, that was the second stream I did. That feels like forever ago. I don't even know when that was. I'm gonna need to figure that out. I actually don't remember when that was. Oh no, actually, yeah, I can look at the original file, I think. No, I think I deleted the original file at this point. No. As we got closer to the shrine, we started passing by more and more people, seeing a lot of parked cars. It began to get noisier too. I thought I could hear something like a Bond dance song. Without being able to restrain my impatience, I dashed up the flight of stone stairs.
ケイチくん早いよ。待って。
Keiichi-kun, you're going too fast. Wait for me.
たくケイちゃん、お子様なんだからな。
Man, Kei-chan, you're such a little kid. Hey, here we go. This looks familiar. Whoa! The shrine grounds. They were packed with people. It was a festival if I ever saw one.
今年も立派だね。すごいね、すごいね。
Wow, they went all out with this year too. Amazing, amazing.
ひなみ沢中から出てきてるんだろうな。
They're coming from Hinamizawa.
ありゃ、君吉分家のおじいさんまで来てるじゃない。
Huh? The old man from the Kimiyoshi branch family is here too.
あのじいさん、去年の渡長市からずっと体調崩してたんだけど、元気になったみたいだね。
He'd been struggling with health issues since Wow, Watanagashi last year, but it looks like he got better. Yeah, there were a lot of villagers here that I didn't really know. They must have all been pouring in just for today.
あ、
Oh!
さとこちゃんだ。
It's Sadako-chan!
はーい。
Hey!
あら、皆さんでございますの。
Oh, if it isn't everyone.
こんにちはですわ。
Yes, hello to you all.
よう、サトコ。
She had more Higurashi. Oh, thank you for the follow. I didn't even notice. Yo, Sadako.
今日はすごい人手だよな。はぐれて迷子になるなよ。
There's a lot of people today. Don't get lost in the crowd, okay?
誰が迷子になるんですの？
Who do you even think you're talking to? Sadako too seems somehow energetic. Of course, I'm the same way.
あれ？リカちゃんは？まだ自由時間でしょ？
Huh? Where's Rika-chan? She still has free time, doesn't she?
リカは村長さんたちと挨拶してましたですわ。
Rika was giving her respects to the mayor and other important people.
すぐに来るでございますわよ。
She shall come before long. I see. Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for today's festival after all. Probably a pain for her to say hello to all the elders.
実に大変なのですよ。
It really is a pain.
こんにちはなのです。
Hello, everyone.
はう
Oh, God.
リカちゃん、お餅帰り。
Rika-chan wore an immaculate shrine maiden outfit that looked fresh off the shelves. It was a perfect fit for her somehow mystical appearance.
どう？
How does it fit?
丈とか長すぎない？
Not too long, is it?
バッチャからもしも袖がかかるようならって安全ピンを預かってきてるんだけど。
My grandma gave me some safety pins just in case the sleeves are too long. Wow, I cannot speak
大
sometimes.
丈夫なのです。
It's alright.
実に快適なのですよ。
Really is comfortable. As she spoke, she began to do some twists and stretches.
いいね、いいよね。
Oh.
これかわいいよね。は
There was approximately one person here getting a nosebleed from watching Rika-chan move. Yeah, I heard it.
う。ケイチ君は可愛いと思わないかな。
Keiichi-kun, don't you think she's cute? Don't you?
思わないならフェナノになっちゃうからお持ち帰り。
If you don't, then she'll be all mine, and I'll take her home with me.
すごく可愛いと思うぞ。
I think she's really cute.
かなり活かす。
Totally cool.
不敬のふりをして写真を撮りまくりたいくらいだ。
What the hell? Not that I want to pretend to be her big brother or dad. Take pictures with her.
2
That
点
sounds
から
weird.
撮影して立体視できるようにすれば、立体の生リカちゃんが自宅でいつでももとい眺め放題。
If we take a picture from 2 different places and make it stereoscopic, we can eat, or rather, stare at a real-life Rika-chan at our house whenever we want. Eat.
はう。いいね。
Sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Oh my god, stop riling her up. Rena's eyes and mine were glittering with stars as our nose bled and we drooled. Oh, don't rile her up, Keiichi. Damn it.
リカ、あいつらに近寄ると大変ですわ
I was
よ。
about to say, run for your life. Rika, you'd better stay away from them.
地下室とかに閉じ込められるかもしれないのです。
Yeah, so I might get locked away in a basement somewhere. Okay, that's rather dark.
その割にはリカちゃん楽しそうだけど。
You look like you're enjoying it though, Rika-chan.
ミーがひどいことを言うのですよ。
Me, you're being harsh. Yeah, I'll laugh together again.
じゃ、もたもたしないで祭りを回るかね。
Okay, let's not hang around here. Let's get to the festival.
リカちゃんの出番までそう時間がないでしょ。
There's not much time left until Rika-chan's big debut.
そうだな。よっしゃ、行こうぜみんな。
You're right. Great. Let's go, everyone.
あ
よー、園崎のお嬢ちゃんじゃねえの。
Yo, if it isn't the daughter of Sonozaki.
食ってきな。
Eat up.
豚肉たっぷりの焼きそばだぜよ。
The yakisoba is packed full of pork.
今年はイカリングまで入ってるボリューム派よ。
This year, we filled it up as much as we could. We even put in fried calamari.
ー、へい親父。
Gotcha, old timer.
今年の焼きそばもなかなか力作じゃないの。
Yakisoba this year looks like quite an achievement.
イカまで入れるとは今年は奮発してるね。
Yeah, squid too. You put a ton of time into this, didn't you?
へえ、美味しいね、美味しいね。
Wow, it's tasty, it's tasty.
ああ、イカってのは食ってもうまいが、それ以上に匂いが香ばしいんだよな。
Yeah, the squid is delicious, but the aroma is just fantastic.
軟弱になりがちな歯ごたえも実に見事に補ってる。
It wonderfully compensates for how soft it tends to be.
イカと豚肉のボリューム感は実に素晴らしい。
There's a delightful amount of squid and pork in it too.
うん、悪くない出来だ。
Yep, not bad at all, I say.
ケイちゃんって何気に料理番組の司会とかに向いてるね。
Kei-chan, you sound like you could walk into a cooking program and become the host. Yeah.
ケイチくんが美味しそうに食べてると、なんだかいつもよりもずっと美味しそうに感じるもんね。
When I see Keiichi-kun acting like it's so good, it somehow tastes even better.
俺はうまいものはうまいっていう主義なん
I
だよ。
don't discriminate among a delicious food.
だから俺がうまいっていうものはとりあえず試してみる価値があると思うぞ。
So anything that I say is tasty has got to be worth trying out, right?
ではケイチ、
Then Keiichi,
この焼きそばの評価を改めてどうぞなのですよ。
please give us your opinion of this yakisoba again.
一言で言うとだ。
I'll do it in 2 words.
うまい。
Absolutely scrumptious.
胃袋がもう一つあるんなら迷わずもう一つ買ってるな。
If I had a second stomach, I'd buy another one right now. Having heard my 3-star rating, a whole line of people suddenly formed in front of the yakisoba stand.
お、すごいよ。
Wow, that's amazing!
ケイちゃんがあんまりにも美味しそうに言うもんだから集客効果バッチリだわ。
Kei-chan said it was so good that a little crowd started to form. Not bad. There's nothing to brag about, but I still decide to stick out my chest and put on airs. Mm-hmm.
あら、そうなんですの？
Oh, is that so?
では、私も挑戦してみましたよ。
Then perhaps I shall try it out.
おじさん、たこ焼き一つくださいますこと？
Mister, could I perchance bother you for one takoyaki? There we go. Sadako bought a stick of takoyaki, balls of fried octopus, from the adjacent stand, and after blowing on it, put one of them into her mouth.
どうかな、さとこちゃん。
Oh, is it Sadako-chan?
美味しい評価が出るなら、レナも買うよ。
If you give it a good rating, then Rena will buy it too.
さあ、料理評論家の北条さとこ審査員のご感想をどうぞ。
Now it's time for Hinamizawa's very own food critic, Judge Sadako Hojo, to give her impressions. Oh, I can tell it's bad by the way you said it. Not by the way you said it, by the way you look right now. I hate this face. I don't know why. This face. Though she was all for it a moment ago, Sadako hesitated to give her thoughts. Wow, I just stuttered so bad. That's unbelievable. Hey now, what's the matter? Everyone else takes one of their own and puts it into their mouths. Uh-oh.
あれれ？
Huh?
レナのは外れだね。
Rena got gipped. What does that mean, gipped?
僕のも外れです。
Mine's bad too.
タコさんが入ってないのです。
There's no octopus in it. This takoyaki vendor. Could this be some sort of summer festival only octopus free takoyaki stand? Evil takoyaki stand that skimped on the octopus because they figured it would make them good money today.
あ、私のには入ってたわ。
Oh, mine has some.
うん。
Yeah.
タコが入ってる分には十分うまいよ。
Pretty good considering there's octopus in it.
このタコなしたこ焼きをどう美味しそうに解説すればいいんですの？
How am I supposed to explain that this octopus free takoyaki is any good? I speak way too fast. I gotta slow down. I'm speaking like 100 miles per hour, and it's like, no. Everyone wondered about that. Our quizzical looks seem to be drawing equally dubious stares from the people in line.
こんなのはどうかな？
How about this?
たこ焼きなのにタコが入ってないからとってもヘルシー。
Takoyaki Tiny Octopus is really healthy.
タコの嫌いな人でも食べられる美味しいたこ焼き。
And even people who don't like octopus can eat this delicious takoyaki. I'll give you an A for effort, but I'll give you an F for actually like effect. Nice. After hearing that, several surprised guests left the line. It had the exact opposite effect. I was about to say, you made everything worse.
じゃあ次は私が挑戦するよ。
Alright then, I'll give it a try next.
小麦粉やネギ、紅生姜の味などの素朴さをしっとりと味わわせてくれる自信作。
Yeah, I believe in Mio. Mio's the type that can get this to work. A self-inspired take on takoyaki, in which you can clearly taste the simple flavors of the flour, green onions, and pickled ginger.
タコが入ってない分だけ素材の味が程よく。
The unaffected taste is bolstered by the absence of octopus, and you made it worse. It wasn't half bad, but after hearing the "there's no octopus in it" clause, even more people left the line. Oh, Mio, you made everything worse.
リカちゃんは何かいいコメントはあるか？
Rika-chan, any good comments?
率直でいいぞ。
You can be honest. None, probably?
これで400円は高いのです。
Oh, 400 yen is too much for this. That was too honest. Even more customers leave the line, dealing a lethal blow. There were other takoyaki stands around after all.
いやー、なんか私らとんでもないことをしてるような。
Well, I mean, we might not want to be doing this.
ほら、サトコ。
Hey, Sadako!
あんたが始めたことなんだから、ビシッとここで逆転させなさいよ。
You started all this, so give us a big turnaround.
無理でございますわ。
I cannot do it.
タコの入っていないたこ焼きなんてどう褒めればいいんですの？
How do you expect me to lavish praise upon takoyaki without any octopus in it? Ah, you idiots! Sadako's angry outburst was the finishing blow. Ah!
お客さんみんないなくなっちゃっ
The customers are all gone.
た。あれれ、
Huh?
おじさん睨んでる。
The guy is staring at. Yeah, he's probably want to kill us after
な
that.
んでだろう、なんでだろう。は
Why is that? Why is that? Oh, I don't know. You drove all his customers away? Sigh. There's no saving this crowd. Perhaps I, Keiichi Maibara-sama, will lead a generous hand.
ケイイチならきっとなんとかできますですよ。
Keiichi-kun, you could do it.
タコなしたこ焼き屋さんを助けてあげてほしいのです。
We want you to save the takoyaki vendor who didn't put any octopus in.
笑顔でトゲのあることを言うな。
Don't smile as you say something so bitter. You guys always do that.
まあ
Don't
分かっ
do
た。
that. Alright, fine.
俺がプロの技を見せてやるからよく見てろよ。
This may be the only chance you'll get to see a pro at work, so watch carefully. I shoved the stick into an octopusless takoyaki and crammed it into my mouth. That is so hard to say. Octopusless? Less? Octopusless! Oh my god, that is hard. As before, there weren't any octopus in it, but Mion's had some in it. That was the important part. Main point.
このたこ焼き屋の親父さんは本当の意味でたこ焼きが好きなんだ。
The man who runs this takoyaki stand truly loves takoyaki in every meaning of the word.
いや、愛してると言っていい。
No, it could even be said that he adores it. Everyone gasped in surprise, including the takoyaki vendor glaring at us.
あの親父さんは本当にたこ焼きが大好きなんだ。
This man truly does love takoyaki.
大好きだからこそいい加減なたこ焼きを作りたくないんだ。
And because he loves it, he doesn't want to create half-hearted random ones.
そうだね。親
Not
父さん。
right. Takoyaki vendor looked down, unsure. Those watching were listening intently, wanting to know why octopus-less takoyaki deserves such a high rating.
でもケイイチさん、そんなにたこ焼きが大好きならどうしてタコなしたこ焼きなんか作りますの？
Keiichi-san, if you really and truly love takoyaki that much, why do you make takoyaki without octopus at all?
たこ焼きに対する裏切りではございませんの？
Is he not betraying that very takoyaki?
そうだな。
You may be right.
ある意味裏切りだ。
In one sense, it is a betrayal.
だが、これは親父さんにとっての最大限の妥協点なんだ。
It's the best possible compromise this man could find.
親父さんは今日だって本当のたこ焼きを作ってるよ。
This man is making real takoyaki today, as he always does.
でも、それはこの中のほんの一つか二つでしかない。
However, only one or two of them on each stick are the real ones.
まあそうだね。
Well, you're right.
私の食べた一つにはタコは入ってたし、
The one I ate had octopus in it.
タコが入ってる分にはそんなに悪い味じゃなかったよ。
And considering it did actually have it, it didn't taste bad at all, you know.
そう
Right.
それが本物のたこ焼きだ。
That was a bona fide takoyaki.
それ以外のたこ焼きは8個入ってなきゃたこ焼きじゃないという一般人の先入観への最大限の妥協なんだ。
And as for the other ones, it was the biggest compromise he could make against the biases of the general populace, who all think that there need to be 8 pieces on the stick, or else it's not real takoyaki.
ケイチ君の言う意味がわからないよ。
Huh? Keiichi-kun? I don't understand what you mean.
どうして本物は一つで他は偽物なのかな？
Why is one of them the real thing and all the other ones are fakes? Why?
その秘密はタコにあるんだ。
Secret lies in the octopus.
親父さん、このタコ本物の明石のタコだね。
Mister, this octopus, this true Akashi octopus, isn't it?
近年明石のタコの水揚げは激減してとても高騰しているんだ。
In recent years, the number of octopuses caught in Akashi has decreased, and their prices have risen dramatically.
たこ焼きなんかにとても使えないような
Drastically.
とても高い値段になってしまってるんだ。
Prices are now so high that you wouldn't think of using them in takoyaki. Then the man, who had been looking down this whole time, mumbled.
ああ、そうよ。
Yeah, that's right.
明石のタコはすごく高いんだよ。
Akashi octopus. It's very expensive.
でも親父さんは明石のタコにこだわったんだ。
But this man absolutely had to have the Akashi octopus.
安物のいい加減なタコを使えばいくらでもごまかせるのに。
He could have bought much worse quality octopus for cheaper, as much as he wanted, and he would have still been able to fool everyone.
明石のじゃないのに明石という上りを立てて販売してるインチキたこ焼き屋はいくらでもあるのに。
There are plenty of other scamming takoyaki vendors who claim theirs are from Akashi, even though they're not.
親父さんはごまかさなかった。嘘をつかなかった。
But this man wouldn't accept it. He wouldn't tell lies.
タコは明石。
Akashi octopus are supreme.
この一点だけを固くなに譲らなかったんだ。
He would never relinquish this one stubborn conviction.
親父さんはたこ焼きを愛してた。
This man loved takoyaki.
だから嘘をつけなかった。
That's why he never lied.
でもどうしても一点だけ強いられる妥協点があったんだ。
Yet there was one point that he absolutely had to compromise on.
それは何ですの？
What might that be?
数さ。
The number.
たこ焼きってのは一船8個がポピュラーだ。
The popular opinion is that a stick of takoyaki should have 8 pieces on it.
いくら本物の明石のタコだからって言って400円で1個だけってわけにはいかないだ
Even
ろ
if it's real Akashi octopus, he couldn't charge 400 yen for just one piece, could he?
でも8個にしなくては買ってもらえない。
If he didn't have 8 pieces, nobody would buy them.
だから親父さんは涙を飲んだ。
This man wept over it.
本物のたこ焼きを一つ作るために残り7個に嘘をつくしかなかったんだ。
In order to make just one true piece of takoyaki, he wouldn't ever let himself lie through the other 7. Oh, whoa! The octopus-free takoyaki vendor burst into tears. Oh my! I gently clapped one of his shoulders.
みんなが何と言おうと俺はあんたの純粋さを忘れない。
No matter what anyone else says, I will never forget how genuine you are.
あんたこそは本物のたこ焼き屋なんだ。
You, sir, are a true vendor of takoyaki.
あんただけがたこ焼き屋を名乗っていいんだ。
You're the only one in the world with the right to call himself that. Clap. Okay, oh my god, lots of clapping. I'm not saying that. As I embraced the shoulders of this man, shedding his manly tears, those watching delivered a round of applause, moved by my speech.
さあみんな
Everyone,
この本物のたこ焼き屋のたこ焼きをどうか食べてやってくれ。
I beg of you, please, eat some of this true takoyaki vendor's takoyaki.
こんな純粋な男を大事にしなくてどうして本当のたこ焼き道が守れようか。
If we don't treasure genuine men like this, then how can we protect the true path of the takoyaki?
みんなが食わないなら俺が食うぞ。
If nobody else will eat them, then I will eat them all. Oh my god.
見てた人たちがみんな並ぶよ。
What? Everyone watching is lining up.
ケイチくん、やったやった。
Keiichi-kun, you did it, you did it.
たこ焼きが美味しそうに感じたってより、 ケイちゃんの味演説が面白かったからだろう
I think it's more they thought Kei-chan's propaganda speech was interesting rather than the takoyaki actually looked good.
ケイちゃんってガマの油売りとかやったらかなりウケるかもしれない
Kei-chan, you could probably sell plain old rocks if you tried. He could sell anything. He could make a speech about anything and he could sound correct.
スーパーの実演販売でもやればウケそうですよ
He would do well at product demonstration in the supermarket.
怪しい万能包丁とか売りつける仕事に向いてそうですわね
I suspect he would be good at selling off suspicious wonder knives. Okay. Absolutely absolutely stunned at my successful pitch. The guy manning the stall next to this one called out to me. Oh boy, he's gonna make me do it next. Hey, you guys do that for my sweets too.
よし要領はつかめただろう
Great, you all get the gist of it, right?
今度はレナが行け
It's your turn this time, Rena.
よーし頑張るよ
Okay, I'll do my best. Oh,
は
oh god, instantly.
うパンツ飴が冷えててとっても美味しいんだよ
When apricot sweets are cold, they're very, very good.
水飴の上にねちょこってあんずが乗ってるの
The apricot is sitting so quietly and nicely on the top of the syrup.
はうかわいいねお持ち帰りは
It looks like she lost herself in this midway through. I was about to say, you kind of broke character. But a girl giving it such a natural praise with itself, bringing in some customers. A line was quickly forming behind Rena.
今度はお好み焼き屋だ
What? Next is the Okonomiyaki stand.
サトコ行け
Sadako, you're up.
い
He said the same thing twice. Rather, well...
焼きそばに揚げ玉入りでカリカリなのがとっても美味しいでございますわね
The crunch of the fried tempura batter mixed with yakisoba is simply to die for.
大きなベーコンが丸ごと敷いてあってかじるとほらピローンって出てきてはっはっは
What was that last bit? With a huge piece of bacon laying on top. When you bite into it, it all comes flooding out.
おおう
Yeah!
まいうまい
That's freaking great!
それなら俺も食ってみたくなる
Now I want to try some too. Yeah, no, I want to try some too. Then a huge line formed of my words. What on earth is this? So basically all these onlookers are just following us around to all the stands.
みんなのを聞いてから食べるといつもよりずっと美味しく感じるからなのですよ
Starting to see the effect. Now it's making me hungry. When people hear about food from others and then try it for themselves, it tastes a lot better than it normally would. So that's it. Even Rika-chan was gorging herself on the food, getting sauce on the bib she'd put on to prevent her shrine maid outfit from getting dirty. Wow. I'm reading so fast, this hurts.
おじさんも盛り上がってきたよ
Nice! The older guys are getting into it too.
よしケイちゃん私はどれだ
Okay, Kei-chan, which one should I do?
よっしゃミオンはさらにその隣の露店へ行けミオンの底力を見せてみろ
Right. Mion, you go to the stand next to that. Show them the depths of your power.
あれでもケイチくんお隣のお店は
Huh? But Keiichi-kun... I mean... Kei-chan. Huh? What? What? I'm assuming that's wrong. I don't... So next to that is, that's the first time she's called him Kei-chan. That's really weird. What? Whoops! A goldfish scooping stand. A bit out of our element. We don't need to do that.
部活の部長たるもの相手が何であれ逃げられないね
No, as club president, I won't flee no matter who or what my opponent is.
やってみるよ
Let's get started. Oh boy.
ミオンさんのお手並み拝見でございますわ
I look forward to a splendid performance, Mion-san. The onlookers were also watching Mion with hopeful eyes. Oh boy.
いらっしゃい
Welcome, welcome.
はいよ網とワン
Here's your net and bowl.
よしやるぞ
Okay, here we go. Why did you get so close? Okay, here we go.
金魚はみんな生きがいいね
I already know this is Shion by her tone of voice. The goldfish are energetic today.
実に美味しそう
They really look delicious.
この小さいのなんかそのままボリボリと生でいけちゃうよね
Small things like these, you can crush them down whole. Mutter, mutter, now, oh wow, now Mion's really embarrassed.
ミオンさんは、何を言ってるんでございますの？
Mion-san, what in the world are you saying?
みーちゃん、食べてたの？
Mi-chan, you eat them?
去年レナからもらったのも、食べちゃったの？
Did you eat the wood Rena caught last year too?
違う。私そんなこと言ってない。
No, I didn't say anything like that. Mion's face went red and she shook it vehemently in denial.
いや、でも、今、ミオン、お前自分で言ったぞ。実に美味しそうだって。
I mean, you just said so yourself that they really look delicious.
ええ、確かに言いました。
Oh, and now she just casually appears like nothing happened. Oh, that wasn't me. Yes, you did indeed say so.
お姉って雑食ですから、口に入れば何でも食べちゃうんです。
My sister is omnivorous. She eats anything that can go in her mouth. Oh, what the hell? You tell me she's like what? That balloon over there?
美味しいなら、今度僕も試してみるのです。
If they taste good, then maybe I'll try one next time. No.
ダメだよ、リカちゃん。お腹壊しちゃうよ。
No, Rika-chan, don't. You'll get sick. Wait a second. Hey, what the hell? Shion, how long have you been here?
はーい。ケイちゃんにお姉にみんな、こんばんは。あんたどこから湧いてきたの、シオン。
Where did you come from, Shion?
焼きそば屋さんの時からずっとです。
I've been here since the bill with the yakisoba. That long ago?
お姉たちは騒がしいからすぐに見つけられました。
You all so loud that I found you right away.
もう
Jeez.
あんたは関係ないでしょ。
You got nothing to do with this, do you?
早くどっかへ消えなさいよ。
Go somewhere else already.
もうお姉もあまり私を邪険にしないでください。
Jeez, Mio, don't creep me. Creep me? Creep me? So, I mixed up some words there. Mio, don't treat me so cruelly.
ね、ケイちゃん。
Right, Kei-chan?
私が一緒でもいいですよね。
You're okay with me being here, right? Yeah, I mean, oh. She asked, grabbing my arm and pushing her chest into it. What the hell? Bounce. Oh,
ケ
you...
イチ君、鼻血出てるよ。
Keiichi-kun, you're a pervert. Your nose is bleeding. Oh,
と
God.
ころてんを押したら、ニューって出てくるだろ。
What a line. When you squish a jelly donut, the jelly comes out, right?
あれと同じだ。
It's the same.
これは抗いようのない現象なんだよ。
This isn't something I have any control over. What the hell?
へえ、そうなんですか？
Is that right?
じゃあ力を入れたらもっと出てくる。
No! Stop! I don't wanna... This is so, like, awkward. Then will more come out if I squeeze harder?
ギュ？
She don't really, but it's right up against my chest. Oh my god. What's that sound?
シオン、あんたこら何やってんの？
This is so weird. Shion, what the heck are you trying to do?
不潔ですわ。
How vulgar.
見損ないましたよ。
I seem to have misjudged you. Yeah, I think I did too. What is...
面白いのです。
What
僕
about my...
もやってみるのです。
No! Do not get... No! Rika-chan clasps on my other arm too, rub. The plentiful plump feeling on my left shoulder. The sour sensation of a young, unripe fruit on my right. What is... I don't like saying this. It's so weird. And he's making the Rena noise again. Oh no. I'm not doing... Yeah, no. You guys deserve to get decked for that. Shion, Rika-chan, and I, our faces now bruised, fell to the ground, limbs sprawled.
よくやったレナ。
Nice job, Rena.
みんな不潔なんだよ。
This is a weird bit.
レナに殴られたのです。
Rena punched me. You deserve that.
痛いのですよ。
It really hurts.
リカは自業自得でしたよ。
Rika, you get what you deserve. Sheesh. Now that Shion was here, the energy around us had increased by 120%. Yeah. Like, damn. We were already, like, cranked at 100. Now it's just, like, above that.
お姉の友達は実に愉快です。
Your friends are so much fun, Mio.
退屈しないな。
I never get bored of them.
ああ、そう。
Alright.
あんたさえいなくなればもっと愉快なんだけどね。
If you weren't here, it would be way more fun, you know. No, I don't believe that.
もっと一緒にいたいけど、あんまりケイちゃんを誘惑すると本当にお姉に噛みつかれちゃいそうです。
I want to stay with you, but if I continue seducing Keiichi, my sister looks like she's literally going to bite my head off. That's a funny image of her trying to bite your head.
だ
I
か
don't
ら
know if I...
私、一時退却しますね。
So I'll retreat for now.
また来ます。
I'll be back.
じゃあね、お姉。
See you, Mion.
二度と来るな
Don't be back.
ー。おまけしよ
Get the salt. Someone get the salt. Salt? That's salt? After teasing her older sister so much, Shion ran away into the crowd of people and disappeared.
なんだか珍しいミオンさんを見た気がしますわ。
I feel that I have borne witness to a rare side of Mion-san. It's not really...
しーちゃんが一緒だと、みーちゃんなんだかかわいいね。
When Mi-chan is with Shi-chan, she looks kinda cute. Rena smiled happily, earning her a whack on the head from Mion.
アホなこと言ってんじゃないよ。次行くよ、次。
Don't say dumb stuff. Let's get to the next stand already. It went about just like that, really noisy and lively to the other stands. We were paying money towards the beginning, but midway through, the guys running the shops thought we were just too funny, and we ended up being able to fool around without paying much more. Oh, lucky. Thump. The vigorous sound of a big taiko drum echoed through the air.
リカ、そろそろ時間みたいでございましたよ。
Rika, it looks like it's time.
あ、いよいよなんだね。
Yep, looks like it. Oh, what's gonna happen? Last chapter we learned about the curse, but this year we already know a lot about it already. We learned it the day before, so I'm curious what's gonna happen tonight. So I'm assuming we're getting another, like, big info dump or something. Right, it's just about time for Rika-chan to appear in the offertory dance.
ちょっとドキドキしてるのです。
I'm a little nervous.
信じなって。
Believe in yourself.
リカちゃんが流してきた汗は絶対に無駄になんかならないから。
All of your sweat will definitely amount to something, Rika-chan. Mion slapped hard on Rika-chan's back. Ow.
そうですわ。リカはきっとやり遂げますわ。
That's right, you'll do fantastic, Rika.
頑張るのですよ。
I'll do my best.
その意気だよ。
Yeah, that's the spirit. I balled my hands into a fist and raised it into the air.
応援してるぞリカちゃん。ファイトオンだぜ。
Rika-chan gave the best smile I'd ever seen, then pivoted on her heel and ran off.
じゃあ私たちも行こうよ。
Okay, we should get going too.
そうだな。応援してやろうぜ。
Right, let's go cheer her on.
ダメですのよ。
You mustn't.
演舞中は静かにしていないといけませんでございますわ
Must keep
よ。
silent during the performance. Oh, lame. I got it. Jeez. I rubbed a hand through her hair. She was worried about her good friend up to the end.
なら急いで行かないと
Then we better hurry.
いい場所がなくなっちゃうよ。
All the good spots will be taken.
行こ
Come on. Mion ran off, and everyone else followed a moment later. A large amount of people had already clustered into the tight space to watch the edifying dance. Wow, that's definitely wrong.
こりゃすごい人出だな。
Wow, this is a lot of people. I turned around to look at everyone else, but nobody was there. Where'd everybody go? Probably got lost among all these people. Finally, I spotted the back of Mion's head on the other side of the crowd. Definitely doesn't look like I can get over there. Well, we got separated. No big deal. We can just meet back up when Rika-chan's dance is over. I gave up on finding the others and wandered around, trying to look for a place where I'd be able to see better. It didn't take long for me to realize I'd have to settle for watching between the heads of the people in front of me, though. Once again, an even louder taiko drum resounded. This one was to announce the beginning of the dance. I couldn't see very well, but it seemed like Rika-chan had come on stage with the elders, who were in priestly garb. I heard low exhalations of admiration and the seniors rubbing their prayer beads in gratitude. Everyone's heads were in the way, and I couldn't see. It was really frustrating. We should have cut playtime short and come here to get good spots earlier. After Rika-chan intoned the prayer, she took the festival hoe and walked to the pile of quilts stacked on the altar. That's right. The point of the ceremony was to purify bedding and to hold a memorial service, wasn't it? Then the solemn offertory dance began. She had practiced using a mochi pounding mallet. The awkwardly shaped festival hoe Rika-chan held seemed really heavy. Back and forth, up and down. It was doubtlessly difficult to even lift in the air, but she sweated and weighed, raised and dropped it, again and again. She couldn't just deal with it and do it grudgingly. As the Shrine Maiden, she needed to retain the dignity and solemnity present at this festival. Oh man, there's just so many times I stutter and say words wrong, and that's just like, when I look back in videos, it's just like, wow, that's embarrassing. There must be a ton of pressure on Rika-chan's shoulders right now. Damn, why am I cheering her on from a place I can barely see her? I'm her friend, so I should be right up in the best spot rooting for her.
Kei-chan, こっちこっち.
Kei-chan over here. Oh, hey, there we go. Someone tugged lightly on the back of my shirt collar. It was Shion. She beckoned me outside the crowded ring of people. She had a mischievous grin on her face, and I took it as her saying she knew a good place nobody else knew of.
Shion? なんだなんだ?
Shion, what's up?
黙ってついてきてくださいね.
Just be quiet and come with me. After she told me so, she ran in a big detour around the throng. Man, it's great to have somebody who knows the lay of the land here at a time like this. Impressed though I was, I nearly lost sight of her right away. No more getting separated from me. I ran after her so that I wouldn't be left behind. As I wondered in anticipation what kind of secret spot Shion had in mind, we left the crowd of people and went around to the back of the shrine grounds.
おいおい、どこ行くんだよ?
Hey, wait, where are we going?
これじゃどんどん離れちゃってるぞ.
We're getting further and further away.
黙ってついてくればわかりますから.
Just stay quiet and follow me. You'll understand soon. Shion gave me a wink that reminded me of Miona as she said that. No sign of people and not much moonlight. It was dark. We had gotten pretty far away from the crowd of people on the shrine grounds. How are we supposed to do Rika-chan's dance from here?
そっか。どこか高いところがあるんだな.
I see. There's some high spots around here, isn't there?
屋根の上とか、そういうところから見下ろそうって言うんだろう.
Like a rooftop or somewhere we can look down at it, right?
はい?なんで屋根に登んなくちゃいけないんです?
What? Why do we have to climb onto the roof? Oh.
だってそうじゃなかったらどうやってリカちゃんの演舞を見るんだよ.
Well, how else are we supposed to see Rika-chan's dance?
リカちゃまの演舞なんか見たかったんですか?
Why do you call... What does that mean? Did you really want to see Rika-chan's dance?
ケイちゃん、ひょっとしてストライクゾーン、ものすごく低くありません?
Kei-chan, could it be that your strike zone is really low? No, definitely
なんだか話が微妙に噛み合わないぞ.
I don't think we're understanding each other here.
お前は俺をリカちゃんの演舞がよく見える場所に案内してくれるんじゃないのか?
Weren't you going to show me somewhere I could see Rika-chan's dance from easily?
はい?誰もそんな約束してませんよ.
What? Who made that promise? What? Ah! What's going on? Why me? Why do I always have to misunderstand Shion? Is it my fault? Am I just reading the wrong things into it?
じゃあお前は俺をなんでこんなところに呼び出したんだよ?
Then why did you call me all the way out here? With an expression that indicated she wasn't fooling around, Shion pressed her index finger to my lips and said slowly and quietly, "This place is a dark, dead, empty spot. You can't see it from the festival grounds. And now a male and female of the same age are all alone together." Eh? Could this be... Shion, it's definitely something crazy again, is she?
あれを見てください. ほら.
Look over there, see? Shion whispered, pointing into the dark underbrush. And there we saw two figures, one male and one female. Oh.
なんだありゃ。まさか。
What's that? Is that?
密会の生現場に決まってるじゃないですか。ほらほら、よく見てください。あれ、誰だかわかります？
Right at the scene of a rendezvous, of course. See, look closely. Can you tell who they are? I peered intently into the dark at Shion's suggestion. Oh, it's Tomitake-san and Takano-san. The two of them were clearly breathing quietly and glancing around to make sure nobody knew they were there, as they crouched before the entrance to a wooden storehouse-like building.
まさかシオン、これを見せたくて俺を呼んだのか？
Wait, Shion, could this be what you wanted to show me?
ケイちゃん、リカちゃまの演舞は毎年見られるけど、こういうのは二度とお目にかかれませんよ。
Kei-chan, you can see Rika-chama's dance any year, but you won't ever get a chance. You won't ever get another chance like this, okay? Well, I don't know if I can see it again because last time I died, so I never got to see. He never got to see it again. I had thought the Sonozaki sisters each had their own personalities, but at times like this, they seemed all too similar.
俺は帰るぞ。二度とこんなのに呼ぶなよな。
I'm going back. Don't call me for something like this again.
今動いたらバレちゃいますって。
If you move down, they'll see us. At our noisy argument, Takano-san suddenly turned around.
あらあら、どなたかしら？
Oh, you sound... Oh my, who might that be? We held our breath and tried to wait it out, but it seemed like Takano-san was now acutely aware of our presence. Shion and I exchanged glances, then gave up and climbed out from behind the bush.
どうも、こんばんは。
Well, hello there.
お月様の綺麗ないい夜ですね。
The moon sure is beautiful tonight, isn't it?
あらあら、
Why, my.
シオンちゃんに前原くんじゃない？
If it isn't Shion-chan and Maibara-kun.
こんばんは。月の綺麗な夜ね。
Yes, the moon certainly is pretty.
おやおや、ケイイチ君も隅に置けないね。
What's this? Keiichi-kun, you sure are smart, you know that?
こんなところで二人っきりかい？
Having a secret date in a place like this? Oh my
だとした
god.
ら、僕たちとんでもないお邪魔をしちゃったかな。
Then I guess we accidentally interrupted something important. You're the ones who were meeting up secretly. Tomitake-san and Takano-san laughed at themselves, and it got on my nerves for some reason.
ってことは、富武さんたちは密会してたってわけじゃないみたいですね。
Wait, so you two weren't having a little rendezvous then?
それはもちろん違うよ。
Of course we weren't.
そういうロマンスも嫌いじゃないけどね。
No, I don't like that type of romance. Oh, God.
残念だけど、あなたたちが覗き見したくなるような面白い場面じゃないのよ。
Unfortunately, this wasn't the location of a rendezvous either of you would want to see.
期待に添えなくて申し訳ないわね。
Sorry for not living up to your expectations.
そうじゃなかったら何してるんですか？
If this wasn't a rendezvous, then what were you doing?
富武さん、今扉の南京錠をいじってませんでした？
Tomitake-san, were you messing around with the padlock on the door just now? Huh? After you said that, I looked at the two of them again, and I definitely saw it. They were hunched in front of a warehouse door, fiddling with the pretty heavy-looking padlock.
バレちゃしょうがないな。
Guess we've been found out, huh?
僕たちが倉庫破りをしてたなんて内緒だよ。
We were trying to break into the warehouse, but don't tell anyone, alright?
内緒って、それ、泥棒ってことですか？
Don't tell anyone. Are you thieves or something? I demanded unthinkingly, just because of how absently Tomitake-san was grinning.
いやーね。
Nah, never.
泥棒ってのは物を盗む人たちのことでしょ。
People are who steal things, right?
別に私たちは物を持ち出そうとしているわけじゃないのよ。
It's not like we're trying to take anything out of here.
へえ。
I see.
じゃあ何のために鍵開けなんかしてるんですか？
I see. Then why are you trying to unlock the door?
ここ、開かずの細具殿ですよね。
This is the forbidden storehouse for ritual tools.
古出家とほんの一握りの人間しか入ることが許されないっていう。
They say only the Furude family and a mere handful of others are allowed in. Forbidden storehouse. took a few steps back at that and looked on the entire warehouse. It looked like one, built, removed from any signs of people, almost as if in secret. It was filthy, revealing how little it was ever open. And it was built to be durable, giving it a strange, overpowering impression. Now that I looked at it more closely, it was certainly different than normal warehouses.
ここはね、
This place,
細具殿といってね、
they're called ritual implements. Okay, so that was, okay.
細具をしまっている倉庫なの。
Basically, this is a warehouse where they store such tools used in rituals.
いえ、細具を祀っている神殿と言ってもいいかもしれないわね。
Well, more accurately, maybe it's a temple where the implements are enshrined.
リカちゃんが奉納演舞で使っている祭事用のクワも、今日までこの中にしまわれていたものよ。
The ritual hoe Rika-chan is using for the offertory dance was inside here until today.
もちろん、フルデ家の人間以外は不浄を持ち込むから、立ち入り禁止の不可侵領域。
Of course, if anyone but the Furude family enters, they bring impurity into it. So absolutely no one is allowed to take a sting. That's not good. So then we shouldn't enter it,
聖
right?
域なの。
It's a sanctuary. Shouldn't we absolutely not be coming into a place like this then? Yeah. However, Takano was wearing a childlike expression, an innocent smile at best, and terribly cruel grin at worst. I'm betting on the latter here.
私、ひなみ沢の昔語りや伝承を趣味で研究してるって言ったわよね。
I told you I was researching Hinamizawa folk tales and legends out of an interest in them, didn't I?
私の知的興味のさまざまな答えがこの中に詰まってるの。
A lot of the answers to questions I'm curious about are hidden away inside here.
この中に入れるチャンスを今日までずっと待ってたんだから。
I've waited all this time until today for this chance. A chance. Everybody's eyes were fixed on the dance of the shrine grounds today. This was the ultimate blind spot.
へえ、
I see.
富武さんに鍵開けの技術があるなんて知りませんでした。
I didn't know you had lockpicking skills, Tomitake-san.
あ、よしてくれよ。
Stop it.
僕だっていやいややってるんだよ。
I don't want to be doing this, okay?
付き合わせてしまってごめんなさいね。
Sorry for taking you along with me, but
でも二郎さんのおかげよ。
this was all thanks to you, Jiro-san.
感謝してるわ。
I really am grateful.
やれやれ。
Sheesh.
でも高野さん、こういうのはこれっきりにしてくれよ。
This is the only time. Understand, Takano-san?
こういうところに黙って入り込むのは、やっぱり気が引けるよ。
I don't want to be sneaking into places like this.
やっぱり二郎さんはいい人ね。
You really are a good person, Jiro-san. Kerclink. Tomitake-san undid the padlock and placed it to the side.
開いたよ。
It's open.
ありがと
Thank you.
う。いよいよね。
At long last. Takano-san gulped. With an unusually excited air about her, she gave the heavy door a shove. A sharp smell of mold and dust flowed out from the gap in the doors. I had claimed curses didn't exist, but in this situation I could believe in them. If we went into such a holy place with our shoes on, it feels like we could be punished somehow.
どう？
How about it?
あなたたちも共犯なんだし、
You're accomplices too.
せっかくだから一緒に見学しない？
You came all the way here, so why not come in and take the tour?
ひなみ沢の皮脂を埋める貴重な文化遺産の見物会よ。
It'll be a little field trip to a museum of precious cultural artifacts that conceal the secret history of Hinamizawa.
今日だけの限定会館。
And it's only open today.
別に俺たち共犯ってわけじゃ。
We're not accomplices or anything.
面白いと思いません？
Aren't you interested, though?
ねえ、覗いてみましょうよ。
Come on, let's take a peek, Shion said, predictably linking her arm with mine.
でもこれは絶対いけないことだよ。
Why is Keiichi the only one with sense? But we definitely shouldn't be doing this.
神聖な倉庫なんだろ？
This is a holy warehouse, isn't it?
細具殿って言ったっけ？
You said ritual implements, right?
ますます勝手に入っちゃまずいよ。
I really feel like we shouldn't go in.
私は一応その先の人間ですから、この中にあるものはおおよそ想像がついてます。
I'm a part of the Sonozaki family, so I have a good guess as to what we'll find in there. Well, yeah, exactly. Then why would we go in there if you know?
でも、 それはケイちゃんにも見てもらいたいもので
But
す。
I want you to see it too, Kate. Oh, man. How can I get mad when you say it like that?
俺に見てもらいたいもの？
You want to show something to me? I thought it was just a ploy, but Shion's eyes looked entirely serious. Of course, she was the sort who could lie with a straight face. Of course, I was an average boy too. My curiosity was at least twice that of a normal person. Sleeping, forbidden treasures, never to leave this warehouse. Chances like this don't come around too often. If I had to choose, then I want to see. Until the locked door is open, though. I don't know about this.
面白くないって思ったら、ケイちゃんはすぐに出ればいいです。
If you're not interested, Kei-chan, then you can leave now.
きっと興味を惹かれると思いますけどね。
I think you'll wonder about it later, though. Tomitake-san spoke after listening to our discussion, himself having sat down on the stairs to take a short rest.
僕がここで見張っててあげるから。
I'll keep watch here.
一緒に見てきてごらん。
Go in and check it out with them.
僕はあまり趣味じゃないけど、
I'm not too interested.
ケイイチ君みたいな若い男の子には結構面白いかもしれないよ。
But it might be pretty interesting for a young guy like you, Keiichi-kun. Okay. He said, laughing mischievously. Okay, yeah. There was no ill will in his laughter.
富武さんはこの中に何があるのか知ってるんですか？
Tomitake-san, do you know what's in here?
まあね、
Kind of.
高野さんにたっぷり聞かされてるからね。
Takano-san told me all about it.
相方の特殊な趣味に付き合わされる殿方も大変ですね。
Must be a pain to go along with your companion's unique hobbies, huh? Tomitake-san didn't answer that, only responding with a pained smile. Tomitake-san had this scary... Oh, damn it. Takano-san had this kind of scary air about her. Like she'd drop absolutely everything else for something she had an interest in and go straight for it. But... Tomitake-san, on the other hand, seemed like the gold standard of what a normal person should be. Having him tell me so frankly to go check it out suddenly made the guilt feel lighter.
じゃあちょっとだけな。
Okay, but just a little.
面白くなかったらすぐ出るぞ。
If it's not interesting, I'm leaving. You got it. Shion gave me another meal-like wink.
決まったみたいね。
Looks like we're decided.
じゃあ行きましょうか。
Shall we go inside?
次郎さん、留守番をお願いね。
Jiro-san, we'll leave this to you. Tomitake-san waved his hand to see us off. The inside was pitch black, but Takano-san turned on the battery-powered lantern she'd brought, revealing a pretty cramped front room.
真っ暗だね。
So dark in here.
みんな転ばないように気をつけるんだよ。
Everyone, take care not to trip over anything.
ご心配ありがと
I appreciate the concern.
う。じゃあ門番をよろしくね。
Okay, doorman, keep a good watch.
ここ閉めるわよ。
We're shutting the door now. Takano-san smiled spitefully, as if leaving Tomitake-san out of something fun, and began to close the door.
やれやれ。
Man.
じゃあみんなゆっくり楽しんでおいで。
Alright, everyone, have fun. It was a low, heavy, and loud noise, and we were completely cut off from the outside world, and covered in silent darkness. Takano-san's lantern was the only light we had.
大丈夫よ。
It'll be fine. I don't like how there's literally no music. There's no background, no music. It's just like really eerie. It'll be fine.
予備電池も入ってるアウトドア仕様なんだから。
It's an outdoor lantern with backup batteries outside.
消えたりなんかしないわよ。
It won't go out or anything. Looks like Takano noticed my uneasy expression. I couldn't help but blush a little and divert my gaze. Deeper inside, there was a heavy and old but sturdy door with solemn decorations on it. Oh, there we go. I was clicking shift. Whoops. It was the last door sealing away what was within.
ただの倉庫なのに前室があるなんて変わってるでしょ。
Strange how it has an antechamber, even though it's just a warehouse, isn't it?
一度に1枚ずつ扉を出入りさせることによって西宮殿の中が外に見えないようにする工夫だと考えられるわね。
I believe it's set up this way so that you open one door at a time, never letting the room with all the tools be seen from the outside. Takano-san explained this, awfully impressed by the construction. But still, it's really dark in here. Huh? That over there, it's a spotted circuit breaker hanging from a clump of wiring clumsily attached to the wall.
あ、これ 明かりのブレーカーか何かじゃないですか？
Oh, here. Isn't this the light switch or something? I flipped the biggest switch I can find, and with a click, the pitch black room was illuminated by an old bare light bulb. Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh, everyone. Oh, God. Yeah, I did too. Everyone scrunched up their faces at the sudden strobe-like brightness.
ダメです。
Don't! Before she even finished, Shion slapped my hand and flipped the switch back. There was another loud click, and the room returned to darkness, with only the lantern from illumination.
いってってってって。
ダメです、ケイちゃん。
It's a new face. Oh, yeah, that is. Whoa. Yeah, I think it's the first I've seen this bright, huh? You can't, Kei-chan.
私たち、ここに忍び込んでるんですよ。
We snuck in here, remember?
明かりなんかつけたら、バレちゃうかもしれないじゃないですか。
If we turn on the light, it might give us away. I'm scolded by Shion fairly harshly. It looked like she was worried about whether someone had seen them from the momentary light.
大丈夫よ。
It's alright.
本当に一瞬だし。
It's only for a moment. Takano-san remained a relaxed adult. Seemed like she was confident she could talk her way out of it if someone did see us.
さあ、入りましょう。
Let's go in.
よいしょっと。
Here we go. There. The even heavier door opened, and this time it wasn't just the dust that came out with the air there was also a nasty smell. One smell was like opening a dust-filled cupboard in the back of a kitchen that had been open in years. And the other smell, the nasty one, was hard to explain, but it was like the raw odor of a fish market. From how that sound echoed, this room felt far larger than the rest. Takano-san held up her lantern and revealed the contents of the expansive room. Whoa! At the back wall of the storehouse, right in front of us, was a Buddha-like, a holy object, standing there looking down at us. It's taken aback by its unseen force, lit up by the slender beam of the lantern.
あれがひなみ沢の守り神、お社様よ。
That's the guardian god of Hinamizawa, Oyashiro-sama.
社にあるのより、ずっと立派ですね。
It's far grander than the one at the shrine. Oyashiro-sama. So this is the spirit protecting Hinamizawa. The one guarding the holy land of Hinamizawa from the impurities of the outside world, and the one delivering punishment after punishment upon those who attempted to sully the land with the dam construction.
想像してたより、
Oh God.
たくさんの細具が収められているようね。
Looks like there are far more tools stored here than I thought, but
でも残念。
this is so sad.
どれもあまり手入れがされていないわ。
None of them have been maintained.
状態が悪いのが悔やまれるわね。
How unfortunate that they're in such a state. Even in the dim light, I could see a lot of strange objects lining the walls, ceilings, and shelves. Takano-san, speaking as if in a trance, was infatuated by the various implements filling the dark room. They weren't very festival-like or traditional, but instead, this was more like the workshop of a blacksmith or a carpenter. There were a lot of large wooden and metal tools packed in here. Putting it bluntly, it was all pretty boring stuff. I'd imagine there would be more artistic things in here from the whatever period, but these are a far cry from being cultural artifacts. Looks like a torture chamber. God. My expression betrayed my dashed hopes, and they caught on right away.
あら、面白くないかしら？
Oh, is this not interesting for you? I don't like this expression. Oh, it's that one. Okay.
俺は文系でも美術系でもないんで。
I'm not into literature or art, so
あんまりこういうのを見てもよく価値がわからないです。
I can look at this stuff, but I don't really understand its value.
圭一君はよくわかってないみたいね。
Keiichi-kun, you really look like you don't get it.
無理もないけれど。
I guess that's only natural. Well, yeah. Takano-san reached into his paper bag that she'd been holding the whole time and took out a worn scrapbook and began to flip through it. Okay, so that was your scrapbook. I had a feeling.
じゃあ、圭一君のために昔話でも聞かせてあげようかしら。
Then just for you, Keiichi-kun, I'll tell you an old story.
この地方では一般的な昔話よ。
It's a common tale in this religion.
図書館に行けば、教育委員会推薦の本にも載ってるくらいにね。
in this region. Anyway, if you go to the library, it would even be on their recommended reading list. Huh. Telling stories. This is a dark, creepy place. She must have a horror story in mind. Shion's face belied nothing but calm. She had the same personality as Mio, and she'd have found fault with me being scared. I'll endure it for now and pretend to be calm.
いい
Okay?
じゃあ、読むわよ。
Alright, I'll read it. After confirming that I was going to be quiet and listen, she began to speak softly, like a kindergarten teacher reading a picture book.
昔々、ある山奥の村にね、沼があったの。
Long, long ago, in a certain village in the mountains, there was a swamp.
その沼はね、底なしの深い深い沼でね、
This swamp was very, very deep. Some even called it bottomless.
地の底の鬼の国につながっていたんですって。
People said it was connected to hell, the land of demons. The rumor said that it was deeper than the ocean, and that anyone it swallowed would sink into the underworld, a bottomless swamp. Its name was Onigafuchi. Okay. Wait. I thought back to the story I heard yesterday about the sacrifices sinking in the bottomless swamp. Could that be the swamp she's talking about? Yep.
ってことは、その村は、ひなみ沢ですね。
So then the village was Hinamizawa, right?
察しがいいわね。
You catch on quickly.
そうよ。
That's right.
当時は鬼ヶ淵村って呼ばれてたけどね。
Though it was called Onigafuchi Village at the time.
鬼ヶ淵村。
Onigafuchi Village.
物騒な響きのある名前だな。
It's a pretty inauspicious name. I was definitely wrong, but we'll ignore that.
イメージもあったんでしょうね。
It evokes quite the image, doesn't it?
明治の頃に今の名前に改称されたって聞きました。
I heard the name was changed in the Meiji period. The name of the swamp connected to hell was called Onigafuchi, which meant the demon's abyss. And the true name of this village, Shinamizawa, was Onigafuchi Village.
村人たちは鬼の国、つまりは地獄のことね。
The villagers belonged to that abyss, or to hell in other words.
鬼の国とつながるという沼を崇めながら過ごしてきたの。
They lived their lives worshipping the swamp, said to connect to it.
でもね、ある日のこと。
But then, one day... Whoa! Demons began to appear, one after another, from deep in the swamp. The villagers feared that hell was overflowing. The demons mercilessly attacked the village. They could only watch in fear. They could do no more than hide themselves and tremble.
で、誰かが鬼を退治するわけですか？
So did someone exterminate them?
残念だけど、このお話には桃太郎みたいな正義の味方は登場しないわ。
Unfortunately, there is no Momotaro or Superman in this fairy tale.
じゃあ、村を挙げて戦うわけですか？
Then, did they get the whole village together to fight them?
まさか。
Heavens no.
村人たちに鬼と互角に戦える力などあるわけもない。
The villagers weren't nearly strong enough to fight on equal terms with the demons.
じゃあ、村を捨てて逃げるしかないですよね。
Then, the only recourse would be to flee the village.
それも無理ね。
They couldn't do that either.
村人たちにとっても村は大切な郷里だったから。
To the villagers, it was their beloved homeland.
どんな恐ろしい鬼が攻めてきたからといって簡単に逃げ出せるはずもなかったのよ。
Oh, I just got lost. It didn't matter how terrifying the demons. They wouldn't have run away so easily.
じゃあ、どうするんですか？
Then what did they do?
滅びるしかないじゃないですか。
Wouldn't they just get wiped out? Unable to fight and unable to run. All they could do was wait for the village to be destroyed. Then, when everyone had lost hope, their god, Oyashiro-sama, descended upon them.
なるほど。
Unto them. Fuck. I see.
つまり、天からやってきたお社様が鬼たちをやっつけるわけですか。
So Oyashiro-sama came down from the sky and beat up all the demons then.
ケイちゃんは男の子ですね。
Such a boy, Kei-chan.
すぐに腕力で解決する方に走るんですから。
You always jump straight to using force to resolve things. Shion sighed. A little annoyed. Embarrassed, I held my tongue.
お社様はね、
Think about Oyashiro-sama.
やっつけるとかそういう暴力的な神様じゃなかったの。
He wasn't a violent god who'd beat them up like you're saying.
もっと優しい慈愛のある神様だったの。
He was a kind god, filled with love and benevolence. The strength of Oyashiro-sama, descended from the heavens, couldn't be compared to that of the demons. Strength of Oyashiro-sama, oh, they didn't even fight. They simply prostrated themselves before his radiant authority. Oyashiro-sama urged them to go back to hell from whence they came from. But the demons wept and challenged them, saying they could never return.
鬼たちの世界にも厳しい戒律があってね。
The world of the demons, too, has harsh commandments.
彼らは地獄を追放された鬼たちだったんです。
They claimed they had been banished from hell. Demons, who wouldn't have a place to go, neither in hell nor in the human world. Of course, they weren't at fault for attacking the village. Oh, they were at fault. Oh my god, I almost said that completely wrong. They deeply reflected on it and were sorry.
村人たちも話を聞くうちに少しずつ気の毒になっていったわ。
As the villagers conversed among themselves, little by little they came to pity the demons and...
それでね、村のみんなで話し合った結果、鬼たちと一緒に住むことを決めたの。
After talking with everyone in the village, they decided to live alongside them.
退治するとか追っ払うっていう昔話は多いけど、共存ってのは確かに珍しいですね。
A lot of fairy tales have them being exterminated or driven away, but you don't often hear one where they live in peace. Yeah. It's like, oh, they drive out the evil, but it's like, no, actually living together is interesting. Okay.
ですよね。
You're right. Is that a new one? Oh, it's that one. Okay, I got confused.
鬼ってのは元来諸悪の象徴のは
So
ず。
weird on different sprite set. You're right. Demons are supposed to symbolize all evils.
それとの共存を決めたというお話なんだから本当に変わってます。
Demons are... Oh, a story where they decide to live together with humans is certainly strange. When the demons first heard the villagers' invitations, they doubted their ears, but soon burst into tears of joy. The villagers had given them a place to stay. It was said that in payment for this good deed, the demons shared their many kinds of powers and secrets with the villagers. Okay.
お社様はその微笑ましい交流をとても喜んでね。
Oyashiro-sama was very pleased with this happy exchange.
鬼たちが村人と分け隔てなく暮らせるよう人間の姿を与えたんですって。
He gave the demons the bodies of humans so that they would be indistinguishable from one another.
そして自らも地上にとどまり末永く両者の交流を見守ることにしたんだそうよ。
He himself decided to stay on the surface and watch over the everlasting peace between them. A land in which man, demon, and god lived together. I had thought the word demon was a noun meaning evil that needs to be exterminated. A god may have meditated for them, but you don't often hear happy endings like that where both sides live in harmony. I guess it is kind of interesting. Oh, I think
普
I'm
通
gonna
のおとぎ
double.
話ならここで終わりなんだけどね。
Although the normal fairy tale ends here.
このお話は江戸時代にだいぶ加筆されたみたいで、まだまだ続く随分と長い話になってるわ。
It was revised quite a bit during the Edo period into a much longer story. After that, the humans and demons intermixed, and eventually there was no difference between them.
鬼の存在は結局村に溶け込んで消えてしまったということですか。
So the demons ended up disappearing?
いいえ、
No,
消えたりなんかしないで
not
す。
at all.
半分はしっかりと残ってたそうですよ。
Half of them stayed just as they were. The knowledge the villagers, wow, had received from the demons basically made them into something inhuman, what people call transcendent. They were well aware the power they had was hearsay, and as those below worshipped them, they lived out their lives in secrecy.
このお話がね、その後に派生するたくさんの昔話、フィクションの原点になってるの。
This story is the root of many derivable tales and pieces of fiction.
だからこのお話がある意味基礎中の基礎、
It's the foundation, I mean.
ベーシックね。
I mean, the basis,
原
okay?
点ってどういう意味ですか。
You mean by the root?
村人たちは鬼の血を引いているという部分ですね。
She means the part about the villagers having demon blood.
つまりこの辺りに伝わるさまざまな伝承や昔話は全部その村の人たちは鬼の血を引いているというのが前提になっているんです。
What I mean is, all the legends are from around here are based on the premise that the villagers are descended from the demons. There's a hint of amusement in Shion's face as she said that. It's like she wanted to say that she too had demon blood in her. Is there any proof though? Maybe it's somehow rooted in historical fact beyond just fairy tales.
あ
Oh.
ら、じゃあ前原くんは沼から鬼が現れて人間と交わったっていうのは本当にあった出来事だって信じてるのかしら。
Maibara-kun, then do you believe that demons really did come out of the swamp and breed with humans?
信じないわけじゃないんですけど。
Well, it's not like I don't believe it, but when she said demons, she meant the ones from hell, but in ancient Japan, the word wasn't necessarily used to denote only that kind, right? More well-known use involves the drifting foreigner theory. As the story goes, Westerners who were shipwrecked in nearby seas had such markedly different customs that they were called demons. Japanese people were relatively similar in appearance to other Asians, but everything else about those from the West was different. Their physiques, their faces, and their skin colors. In Japan, terms like red demon and blue demon evoke images especially of Westerners. Lacking in skin pigments, Westerners would sunburn easily and turn red. Being fair-skinned, I think blood vessels appearing on their skin would look blue too. Wow. A handful of accidental aliens would drift into Japan and came under persecution, being called demons. They would flee into the mountains to survive, oh my god, turn into bandit groups and attack villages for food and the like.
なんて説はどうでしょう。
How's that explanation sound?
ちょっと子供じみてますかね。
Maybe it's a bit childish. Takano gave me a weird smile when, having come up with such an impromptu hypothesis, I unconsciously followed it up with self-deprecation. Still, she didn't smile as if to make fun of me.
別におかしくないわよ。
It's not ridiculous.
実際に漂流異人説を唱える人もいるもの。
There are a lot of people who subscribe to the drifting foreigner theory.
でも実際はどうなのかは誰にもわからない。
Even so, nobody actually knows what happens.
山賊化した偉人の集団だったのか、本当に地の底から来た鬼たちだったのかね。
Were they groups of foreigners who had turned to banditry, or were they really demons who had come from the bottom of the world?
じゃあ、高野さんはどっちを信じてるんですか？
Then, Takano-san, which one do you believe?
真相は別にして、夢のある方を信じたいわね。
The truth of the matter aside, I'd rather believe the more fantastic explanation. Of course you would.
その方が面白いでしょ。
It's more fun that way, isn't it? Her answer made her sound a wee bit like a romantist. Here I thought she'd reject unrealistic stories like that.
さて、
Now then,
いよいよここからよ。
this is where
面白くなるのは
the fun begins. Oh boy. Takano-san brought an end to her storytelling and waits for a moment as if to tantalize us.
Huh?
Suddenly, Shion looked around, as if something had caught her eye. Her head bobbed to and from, like she was making sure nothing had changed.
どうしたシオン？
What's wrong, Shion?
ごめんなさい。気にしないでください。
I'm sorry, please don't worry about it. Shion pretended as though nothing had happened. Takano-san also made sure nothing had happened, then cleared her throat and broached the next subject.
村人たちに半分鬼の血が流れてるのは話したわね。
I explained that half the villagers have demon blood.
実はその血なんだけど、鬼は鬼でも人食い鬼の血なんだって言われてるの。
That blood, they actually say that it's the blood of the kind of demon that eats people.
人食い鬼ですか？
Man-eating demons?
急に物騒な響きになりましたね。
That escalated quickly.
その血は今でも村人たちには脈々と流れていてね。
That blood still runs through the villagers' veins.
時折その血が眠りを覚ますと言われてるわ。
They say that sometimes the blood awakens from its slumber. I thought the fairy tale had a happy ending, with the human and demons living in peace. It again is suddenly changed into a brutal, bloody story.
人食い鬼だから。
Whoa, why does this audio sound old? Well, they eat people.
何十年かに一度、どうしても人肉が食べたくて仕方がなくなる周期があるんですって。
They say that every decade or so they can't help but want to feast on human flesh.
だからって村人同士で共食いするわけにはいかない。
The villagers can't eat other villagers.
だから彼らはその度に人里へ降り鬼隠しをしたと伝えられてるわ。
So when this happened, it said that they descended on the human villages and conducted onikakushi. I don't like that.
何ですか？鬼隠しって。
What's an onikakushi? Oh yeah, the word from last chapter that was the most important.
平たく言えば鬼たちによる誘拐行為よ。
Broadly speaking, it's when a demon kidnaps someone, when a person is demoned away.
鬼ヶ淵村の村人たちが人里に押し寄せ、哀れな生贄を無理やり力ずくでさらったんですって。
They say that the villagers of Onikafuchi would overwhelm unfortunate human villages in order to kidnap sacrifices. Takano-san's explanation was plain and simple. When I imagined what it must have been like, it was terrifying. They lose their human reason. Villagers turn into real demons en masse. I don't know what that means. They attack the villages they loathe in the dirty world of the masses below. And then they kill and eat their sacrifices.
それじゃあ鬼と何ら変わりないじゃないですか。
So they're no different from demons after all.
お社様はどうしたんです？
What did Oyashiro-sama do?
その村にとどまって人々を見守ってるんじゃなかったでしたっけ？
Wasn't he supposed to be staying in the village and watching over them?
もちろんお社様も了承してたそうよ。
Oh, at least Shiro-sama knew about it, of course.
だから鬼隠しは無差別ではなく、神様が決めた生贄以外には誰もさらわなかったらしいし。
The villagers apparently never kidnapped anyone other than the sacrifices decided upon by their god.
ほとんどの場合は一人か二人だったって記されてるわね。
In the text, it's usually one or two people. Village inhabited by those both human and inhuman. Oh. It was like the heartwarming episode colors had inverted, like negative film. Like revealing the painful and ugly truth.
そうして生贄をさらってきた夜にはね、
So on the nights when they stole away villagers,
哀れな犠牲者を美味しくいただくため、綿流しの儀式が開かれたというわ。
they would feast on their kidnapped sacrifices, which is why the night came to be known as Watanagashi. Watanagashi. Nice festival was Watanagashi. I couldn't just reconcile the fun festival with the horrible tale Takano-san was telling me.
綿流しは確か
Watanagashi, well, wasn't
冬
it
の間に使った布団なんかに感謝するお祭りじゃなかったでしたっけ？
wasn't it about giving thanks to the futons we used over the winter or something?
ケイちゃん、綿って言いません？
Wata has another meaning, you know.
臓物のこと。
It means entrails. Shion, who had been silent until now, spoke up.
綿？
What? I mean, entrails? Oh, yeah, she just said it. That confused me.
そういえば言うな。
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
魚の綿っていう。
Like fish guts.
え？
Wait, what? Like a jigsaw puzzle, the fun times I had today and Takano-san's grotesque tale clicked together in my mind.
綿流し。
Watanagashi so gut spilling. I didn't think something that I didn't think saying that could ever feel so nauseating. Oh no! Not this music! No! Not this music! Why did we get this music all of a sudden? Why? Yes.
前原くんの想像している
How
通
did you
り、
imagine, Maibara-kun?
今でこそ綿流しは毎年6月に行われるちょっと早い夏祭りに過ぎないけど、昔は違った。
Right now, the Watanagashi Festival might just be a different early summer festival occurring every June, but it used to be different.
哀れな食材をさらってきた夜にだけ開かれた凄惨な人食いの宴のことだったの。
It used to be a ghastly, cannibalistic feast. Held on the night the villagers had collected their unfortunate dinner.
嘘だ。
That can't be true! I had no real reason to say that. But I couldn't help it.
前原くんはさっき綿流しは布団を清める儀式だと言ったわね。
Maibara-kun, you said that Watanagashi is a ritual about purifying futons, right?
綿が詰まった布団って何を意味してると思うかしら？
What do you think the futons filled with cotton with wata represent? No.
布団は布団だろう。
Futons are futons.
寝具。
They're beds.
寝るための道具だよ。
They're things for sleeping in.
他に何の意味があるんだよ。
What else could they possibly represent? I was rattling on, desperately attempting to deny the horrible festival that Takano-san was describing. Deep down, however, I found myself understanding all too well what she meant. Futon stuffed with cotton. The cotton represented entrails in both pronunciation and meaning. An entrail-filled futons would have to be humans.
ではリカちゃんがやった奉納演舞を思い出してちょうだい。
Why don't you think back to the offertory dance Rika-chan performed?
リカちゃんがあそこで何をしていたか
Do you know what she was
分
doing
かっ
up
てく
there?
る？
わからねえよ。
No, I don't!
第一、リカちゃんの演舞は最後までちゃんと見てないし。
I didn't even watch the whole thing anyway. Oh god, why are you so close?
ケイちゃん、エキサイトしすぎです。
Kei-chan, you're getting too worked up. Shion grabbed one of my ears, reminding me that this wasn't somewhere I should raise my voice. Even so, I still can't suppress this agitation I feel.
リカちゃんが持っていた祭事用のクワ。
Rika-chan was carrying a festival hoe.
もううすうすは気づいてると思うけど、あれは田畑を耕すクワではなくて、
You've probably realized it already, but that's not a hoe for plowing fields.
人間の腹をこじ開けるための解剖道具なのよ。
It's a tool for dissecting human bodies. Oh, CG! I didn't see the dance all the way through, so I don't know what kind of performance Rika-chan was putting on after I'd left. Huh. When I told this to Takano-san, she kindly explained Rika-chan's dance to me. To summarize what she said, after what I'd seen, Rika-chan would pierce the futons with that hoe, cut them open, and pull out the cotton inside. She'd cut the cotton out one bit at a time and set it afloat. That's the kind of ritual it was.
平たく言えば、魚の綿を取り出して三角コーナーに捨てるのを仰々しく儀式仕立てにしたってことね。
Broadly speaking, it was quite a bombastic ceremony where they'd rip out the guts and throw them into a basin.
それで儀式はおしまい。
And then the ritual was over.
その後は、それぞれの役割を持った村人たちが、おのおのに肉を解体して美味しくいただいたって考えられてるわね。
It's thought that afterwards, the villagers, each with a different role, dismantled the flesh piece by piece and feasted upon it. As Takano-san's strangely happy giggle, I felt, for some reason, violent displeasure. Rika-chan, every day during our lunch break, she'd take a rice-pounding mallet into the schoolyard, and she'd work so hard, sweating bullets to practice for the offertory dance she had done today. All that effort, all that work, Takano-san disgraced it, even though she worked so hard to practice for today.
高野さんももう少し言葉を選んでほしいです。
Takano-san, I think you should choose your words more carefully.
ケイちゃん、ナイーブなんですから、あまりからかわないでください。
Kei-chan's pretty naive, so please don't tease him too much. A moment before I opened my mouth to express how angry I was, Shion stopped me. Shion must have been fully aware of how that story made me feel.
ごめんなさい。
But you're not sorry at all.
男の子だからショッキングな話は結構好きかと思って。
I thought you'd like a story with that kind of shock value since you're a boy. Yeah. Takano-san spoke without a hint of malice as she smiled gracefully.
この辺まで話を聞けば、ケイちゃんにもこの西宮殿の中にどういうものがあるのか理解できるようになってきませんか？
After hearing all this, did you figure out what kind of stuff is in this storehouse, Kei-chan?
ほら、
See, look. Shion pointed out one of the walls vaguely illuminated by the lantern's light. There was, mere moments ago, they hadn't held my interest. They were just boring-looking tools lined up on the shelves. All those uninteresting tools that I didn't understand how to use, they all suddenly took on a new meaning. I couldn't help but let out a groan. At first they looked like carpentry tools, like chisels or planes. However, when I thought back, I'd seen pictures of those sorts of tools before. Oh no. Yeah, that came up in a Japanese history textbook. Yes, on the page introducing the Keiichi Shinsho, on the new text on anatomy. Wow, okay.
こういうのはね、
These sorts of things.
医学の本場、ドイツの文献の方がリアルに掲載されてるわよ。
They're printed realistically in the literature of Germany, capital of the medical world. These aren't carpentry tools. These strangely shaped tools are for dissection. Everyone knows that in the Edo period, they would dissect the corpses of those who had been put to death in order to gain knowledge about Western medical techniques. Illustrations of the dissection tools they used at the time came up in the textbook supplements. The things hung up on the wall all looked exactly the same as those.
もっと怖い言い方をするなら、調理道具といったところかしらね。
If you want a scarier way of looking at it, think of them as cooking utensils. Takano-san, holding the lantern, the only light source in the room, led us along the wall. She had the only light, so I had to walk after her whether I liked it or not.
ほら、
Look! Takano-san illuminated a coiled chain, which left a bigger impression than the other things we saw. The chain in itself was nothing unusual, but further along it were metal fetters that were like hinges, clearly meant for binding people.
ケイちゃん、あれ、
Look at that! Shion tapped me on the shoulder and pointed to a restraining table that was clearly shaped like a person. Why is all this in here? My spine froze. My blood felt like it was turning into sherbet as it crawled up my back. On each of the joints there were things like chains and iron balls attached. It was like the table was searching for its next sacrifice, ready to spread their arms wide and close them in.
多分まな板じゃないかしら。
Probably a chopping block.
犠牲者を拘束してこの台の上でお料理をしたんだと思うわね。
I think you'd strap the sacrifice down to prep them for eating. The word chopping block sent a jolt through my body. When I looked more closely, there were many dark slices carved into it, as though from a kitchen, a kitchen, bro, a knife or a saw. They were the most clear-cut signs of usage you could ask for. It proved these tools weren't just for show; they were used for their original purpose. If someone was strapped tightly onto this table, they probably wouldn't be able to move a muscle. Their guts would be defenseless. You take one of those eerie cooking knives lined up over there, stab them with it. Stop describing it! And then you'd slice open their belly and dissect them?
話には聞いてたけど、すごい。
I'd heard the stories, but this is incredible. Before coming in here, Shion had mentioned that she had a good guess of what was inside, but it seems to have exceeded her imagination.
まだまだあるわよ。
There's still more.
どう？老人形館より面白いでしょ。
More fascinating than a wax museum, isn't it? Takano-san had this happy expression like she was visiting a toy store for the first time. I don't get it. This Mio Takano person has nerves of steel. Are these bizarre, grotesque objects that fascinating to her? I, for one, was not enjoying myself. I'll be frank. This was all too weird for me. Still, there was something even more horrifying than all of this. That would be none other than Takano-san herself. Takano-san holding the lantern, giving off such a thin beam of light. She suddenly turned it off. And what would I do the next moment? Everything went totally dark. That's why I was scared. Takano-san had the only light. Anyway, I was scared. At some point, she only started holding onto my shirt sleeve. It was annoying to walk like that, but I didn't shake her off. That minor sensation allowed me to feel the presence of an ally, here and now. Before we had even walked halfway through the storehouse, here I felt all my skin change completely. These cruel tools lined up, all crammed together in this place. Some were horrible ones, made to take away sacrifice's freedom, and some were tools made to efficiently disassemble and prepare the bodies for consumption. Those were the things I understood. There were plenty of other strange-looking objects that I couldn't even guess the purpose of. Now that I was here, I didn't have the slightest desire to hear the details about what sort of terrifying reasons they were meant to be used for. At the very least, they were all completely different from the sort of clean, simple killing function of a katana. Tools to kill people were obviously constructed in such a way that they could kill people. That was the goal, and the person you used them on would obviously end up dead. The kinds of tools here, however, were different. The tools that were here were for cutting people, for crushing them, for boiling them and cooking them, and for grinding them. They were tools of torture. They weren't made to kill people. People dying was just an incidental result. Actually, they might not even kill them. If the sacrifice could die during such a horrifying ritual process, that would be nice, but they don't even die in the end. They remain in a state of hellish pain, Perhaps they were only being allowed to live. Only now, in this moment, did I fully realize just how terrifying and fearsome that difference was.
人ってね、
People you see,
上手にやると結構殺さずに済むものら
most
し
of
い
these
の。
wouldn't kill them if used properly. Takano-san, as if reading my mind, displayed a shocking smile.
魔女狩りで有名な家系。火あぶりなんかはすぐに死んじゃうのよ。
Burning at the stake, the famous method of executing for witches, will kill the person immediately.
全身の皮膚が広範囲にわたって重度のやけどを負うと、組織の分解産物で中毒症状を引き起こし、重度なショックを併発しちゃうから。
When the body suffers extreme burns on the skin all over, the decomposition of the skin's chemical makeup produces poison-like symptoms and causes an immense shock to the victim.
まあ確かにそれに至るまでがギロチンなんかに比べればはるかに長いところに残虐性があるんだけど、
I suppose it's still very cruel compared to the guillotine. You have to wait far longer for that to happen. She describes such horrors in a strangely medical way. Shion immediately answered the question I had.
高野さん、看護師さんですから。
Takano-san is a nurse. Oh, right, you did say that. You did get that. There's a saying that nothing can scare a doctor. I guess it's true.
ところがね、
Oh, and also,
ローマの時代の処刑方法にね、
there was a
網
method
焼
of
きというものがあったの。
there was a method of execution in Rome where they would grill the person. Okay.
バーベキューと同じにね、
Just like a barbecue. Don't describe it.
金網で挟みつけて炭火でじっくりと焼いたんですって。
They would cover the person in wire netting and slowly cook them over a charcoal fire. To think the memories of when I went to a day camp with my family would come rushing back now of all time so vividly.
これだとね、
That's what it was like.
どういうわけかなかなか死なないらしいのよ。
Apparently they wouldn't die too easily for some reason.
ものの本によると、一昼夜かけて片側が炭化するくらいこんがり焼いてもまだ意識があって流暢に話をしたなんて記述も出てくるから。
According to one source, even if they roasted one side of a person to a crisp for an entire night, they would still be conscious and able to speak fluently. What? That's insane. You'd grill someone the whole day and they'd still be conscious. It said that ancient Rome, famous for their executions, thought of plenty of ways to execute someone while having the victim stay alive as long as possible.
その中にね、
Among them,
お腹を開いて腸をウインナーみたいに引っ張り出してウインチで引っ張り上げて晒し物にする刑があったんです。
there was one method where they would open the gut, pull out the intestines like sausages, pull them up with a winch, and then put them on public display. Shion's behind me, clinging to me. Not just because she was scared, she was protecting her stomach.
臓物を引っ張り出すなんて聞いただけでもすぐに死んじゃいそうでしょ。
You think someone with their intestines pulled out would die instantly, right?
でもね、
Actually,
丁寧に優しくやるとね、
as long as you do it tenderly and thoroughly,
意識がはっきりとした状態のまま腹渡を引きずり出すことって可能らしいのよ。
it's apparently possible to pull them all out while the person is still conscious. Why are we talking about all this? I feel a sick feeling in my stomach. It's like my organs were coiling up just from Takano-san's stare.
ウィンチで引っ張り出すっていうのはなんだか大行な方法だけど、
Though pulling them out with the winch was a rather exaggerated method.
もっと野蛮に裂いた腹から臓物をちぎっては投げちぎっては投げというそんな恐ろしい刑もあったんじゃないかって十分に考えられない？
In a more barbaric way, they might slice open the gut, then cut the intestines out and throw them everywhere. It's quite imaginable that they did dreadful things like that too, isn't it?
でも 処刑者には意識があるの。
However, those being put to death are conscious.
それは痛い以上に恐ろしい体験なんでしょうね。
Must be far more terrifying than painful. She spoke with pleasure, as if she had come here on a sightseeing trip. I heard Shion gulping multiple times near my ears.
ひなみ沢の、いえ、鬼ヶ淵村の渡流しもそんな感じだったのかしらね。
Perhaps Hinamizawa, or rather Onigafuchi Village, did something like that for the Watanagashi Festival. Okay.
ほら、
Listen,
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくるような気がしない？
if you try hard, can't you hear it? I wanted nothing more than to not hear it at all. So why? Why only at times like these do I begin to hear things I shouldn't be able to? What the hell? What? Takano-san, having realized she'd scared Shion and I enough at this point, smiled soothingly. Yeah, well, dick. Then she turned on her heel, raised the lantern, and began to walk again. Takano-san left us here, we'd get even further away from the light. Shion and I, no matter how scared we were forced to follow Takano-san along on our field trip through the ritual storehouse. Supposed we've seen a bit of everything.
Ne?
See?
面白いところでしょ？
This place is interesting, isn't it? Suppose we've seen a bit of everything, see? This place is interesting, isn't it? She says, raising the lantern high in the center of the storehouse. The dim lighting didn't change. For some reason, it felt like I was able to see all those horrible tools at once.
ケイちゃん、上。
Look up. Shion stammered while grabbing the nape of my neck. Oh, what is it? Couldn't tell because it was so dark, but there were a lot more tools hanging from the ceiling as well. They all looked like they were made of iron bars, but then I figured it out. Cages. For cages, they were very small. Cramped cages just for one, like a casket. You got locked up in there. No, you wouldn't get locked up inside it. It was another tool meant for restraining people, where the iron bars would squeeze you tightly. So many, big and large, things of all shapes, were hanging down. Takano-san's mention of execution by grilling crosses my mind. Oh, not that one. We weren't just surrounded on all sides by these terrifying instruments. Things crowding the ceiling, were even hanging over our heads.
ヨーロッパの拷問道具にこういった鳥かごがたくさん登場するわね。
There are many of these sorts of bird cages among European torture devices.
日本にもあったなんて驚きだわ。
I'm surprised to see them in Japan as well.
ケイちゃん、あれ、中に入ってない？
Is there something in there?
人？
Person?
ミイラ？
A mummy? Okay.
どれ？
Where? Shion desperately pointed to one of the many human-sized bird cages hanging from the ceiling, but I couldn't tell which one she meant. Being that dark, there weren't any way you could tell if something was there in the first place.
私には何も見えないけど。
I don't see
見
anything.
間違いじゃないの？
Sure you're not seeing things? Oh, come on, I'm feeling bad for... Shion, we should just stop this, guys. No more. Like, I'm not having fun. Shion didn't seem convinced, but without a means to confirm for ourselves, we couldn't do much but wonder.
これで前原君にもなんとなく信じられるようになったんじゃないかしら。
Ibura-kun, after seeing this, have you come to believe in all of it?
ひなみ沢に伝えられる恐ろしい儀式の数々が。
The countless terrible rituals passed down in Hinamizawa? It's got nothing to do with believing in them. Now that I've been shown the real thing like this, there's no possible way to deny it. Even the nations of Europe, with all their beautiful landscape and legends, were like a maelstrom during the terrible witch hunts in the Dark Ages. It's well known that the era gave birth to countless gruesome forms of torture and execution. Japan was the same way. didn't have its own era of hellscape like torturous feasts because of religious suppression and things of that nature? Himizawa itself had such a period. It had that much history behind it. Even in Europe, land of the witch hunts that was all far in the past, no more than a series of historical events, and in this age, nothing that abnormal would ever happen.
中世の暗黒時代とかがそうだったように、ひなみ沢にも暗黒時代があった。
Just as Europe had its dark age, Hinamizawa had one too.
そういうものなんだと解釈します。
That's how this should be taken.
本当にひなみ沢でこういう恐ろしいことがあったのだとしても、
Even if these things
それは大昔の出来事なんです。
all really happened in Hinamizawa, they're all long past.
今暮らしているひなみ沢の人々とは何の関係もないことです。
It don't have anything to do with the people living in Hinamizawa right now. Nice, Keiichi.
前原くんは本当にひなみ沢が好きなのね。
Ibra-kun, you really do like this village. It didn't sound like she was making fun of me. Takano-san gave me a light smile.
でも、高野さんはその風習が実は現代にも残っているんじゃないかと思って研究をしてるんです。
Takano-san, you're researching whether those customs survived into the present.
そうでしたよね。
You are, right? Shion suggested something that made my heart leap into my throat. Are you telling me all these horrible things are still going on even today?
これ本当に内緒なんだからね。
Well, I'm about to tell you it's a secret, alright?
しおんちゃんは理解のある人だから話したけど、他の村人には聞かれたくないの。
I told you, Shion-chan, because you're an understanding person, but the other villagers don't want to hear it.
下手をしたら罰当たり者ってことで袋叩きにされかねないんだから。
Things go awry, I could be ganged up on and punished. Weren't you last chapter? I said last year, bro. The amount of times I said last year. Shion flashed a devilish smile, as if reveling in the immortality of it.
前原くんも内緒にしてね。
Ibra-kun, you keep it a secret too, okay?
知られたら私、お社様のたたりに遭うか、生贄にされちゃうかするかもしれない。
If this gets out, I could suffer Oyashiro-sama's curse and will be made into a sacrifice.
たたりなら、今年はどんな死に方をさせられちゃうのかしら。
If it's the curse, then I wonder what kind of death it'll be this year.
生贄なら、鬼ヶ淵の沼に生きたまま沈められちゃうのかしら。
If it's the sacrifice, then will I be thrown into Onagafuchi swamp while still alive? Really? 3 days, 3 nights, and you'd all be saying, oh, yay!
そういえば今夜よね。
It is tonight, you know. And
お
yeah,
社様のたたりがある
the
よ。
night of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Takano-san said, bringing her face right up close to ours. As if to say that if she had the choice, she'd rather suffer the curse. That was what she seemed to be implying. Takano-san took a fairly worn notebook out of her paper bag, then began to flip through its pages. There were all sorts of references and newspaper clippings attached to them, and it had all manner of things written inside. The letters were very small and bunched together, so I couldn't tell at a glance what it was about.
本当は国会図書館で当時の新聞を探したいんだけどね。
What I'd really like to do is search through the National Library for newspapers from the era, but
ほら、ここ。
here it is. A photocopy of a page from some book was slid into the notebooks, and it too was written in small, tight lettering. Like the other pages, I couldn't tell what it was about just by glancing at it.
これは実際にあったお話よ。
This is a story that actually happened.
明治の終わり頃にね、
It was around the end of the Meiji era.
鬼ヶ淵村で身元不明の惨殺死体が発見されたんです。
They discovered an unknown mangled corpse, the victim of a murder in Onagafuchi village. An old newspaper clipping attached to the page spoke of something that was no mere rumor or fairy tale.
当時の警察の資料がほとんど残ってないそうだから、口伝と記憶によるものだけなんだけどね。
We don't have most police documents from the time anymore, so it's all based on oral traditions and memories.
ほら、これ不鮮明だけど、明治の頃の新聞の切り抜きみたい。
See, it's not very clear, but it looks like a clear cutout of a newspaper from the Meiji era. Never before has there been a corpse treated with such cruelty and inhumanity, / could it be the work of a demon? Being a copy of a copy, it was very hard to make out. But it was more than enough to make me feel strangely tense. Near the end of the Meiji era, in old Onagafuchi village, a mangled corpse was discovered. The identity of the corpse was unknown. It wasn't even in a state where it could be identified in the first place. It was missing a head, and each limb was separated from the body. Skin had peeled off the entire body, and there were markings that implied terrible torture in every place imaginable. Not only that, but the belly had been cut open by a sharp knife, with the entrails completely dragged out. The police immediately began an investigation, but since they couldn't even determine the identity of the victim, much less the criminal, finding answers was extremely difficult.
どういう状況かわかるかしら?
Do you understand what it must have been like? Couldn't imagine such a strange sight even if I tried. This was the first time I was ever thankful for my lack of imagination.
被害者は生きながらにして全身の皮を剥がれ、あらゆる拷問を受けていじめ殺されたんですって。
The victim was skinned while still alive, underwent all kinds of torture, and was killed brutally.
そして死後にもさらに遺体を分解、解剖と残虐の限りを尽くしたのではないかって筆者は見ているわね。
The author here also thinks that even after death, the remains were divided and dissected even further, the epitome of inhumanity.
私はどの工程も生きているうちにやったんじゃないかって思ってるんだけどね。
I'm of the opinion that the entire process was performed while the person was still alive, though.
前原君はどう思うかしら?
What do you think, Maibara-kun? She spoke in a way intended to make me imagine even more vicious things. Yeah, piss off. As my brain was already far over capacity, however, there was no way I could imagine anything more brutal. And then when I broke my gaze from Takano-san's, those strangely shaped weird tools were all around us. I wonder if you could faithfully reproduce the mutilated corpses discovered at the end of the Meiji era with the tools found in this place. Maybe. It's possible. I want to deny it, but I mean it's possible. I don't want to admit that something so terrible could have happened at all. Even so, they were so strange, so terrifying, these tools. And as if they had seen it through my attempt to escape from them, they did nothing but ridicule me silently.
その薄気味悪い事件が何だって言うんですか?
So, that creepy incident, what was it in the end?
筆者はね、鬼ヶ淵村の恐ろしい習慣は明治以降の近代。
The author says that regarding Onagafuchi Village's dreadful customs, they've survived into recent post-Meiji days.
ひょっとすると昭和初期くらいまでは残ってたんじゃないかって結んでるわ。
And that perhaps they lasted until around the beginning of the Showa period. This corpse, at a glance, appeared to have been brutally killed after a period of torture. In actuality, however, it was the pitiful sacrificial remains of the man-eater's terrifying feast. The corpse was just leftovers. So fantastic, so strange that it didn't feel real. Was this an extension of the legends too? It happened in the Meiji era though, which is just too recent to be called a legend. Also, there's a newspaper clipping right here suggesting it.
でも本当にあったとしたって昔のことですよね。
Okay, but even if it really happened, it was a long time ago, right?
明治なんて言ったらそれこそ100年くらい前の。
I mean, the Meiji era ended 100 years ago.
たったよ。
That's all.
たった100年前のことよ。
Only 100 years ago.
それにね、
Besides,
昭和に入ってからだってあるんだから。
it kept happening even after the beginning of the Showa period.
終戦直後に騒ぎになった缶詰疑惑。あ、ごめんなさい。
Like with the uproar around the post-war canned flesh incident. Oh, I apologize.
この話はタブーだったわよね。
That story was taboo, wasn't it? Takano-san immediately stopped talking, as if worried about Shion. Shion briefly looked somewhat angry, but that expression soon disappeared.
え?
Huh?
今高野さんなんて言いました?
Takano-san, what did you just say?
缶詰疑惑って。
Canned flesh. Oh. Just then there's a huge creaking noise. Everyone whipped around to look. Oh, it was Tomitake-san, who had opened the door slightly.
驚かせちゃったかな。
Did I startle you?
あら、二郎さんも見たくて我慢できなくなったかしら？
Oh, Jiro-san, could you not resist seeing inside? This is a splendid treasure trove of torture devices.
僕は遠慮させてもらうよ。
I'll pass on that.
生来ね、こういうのは苦手なんだ。
I'm bad with this sort of thing by nature. Takano-san held her stomach and had to muffle her laughter, as if she wanted to make a comment about his masculinity.
それより、
In any case,
演舞とセレモニーが終わって、みんな沢の方に降りていったよ。
the dance and ceremony are over, and everyone's going down to the stream. Oh, thank God. Are we finally done with all this talk?
あと何分もしないうちにお祭りは終わっちゃう。
The festival will be over within minutes.
あら、いけない。
Oh, that's no good.
前原くんがあまりにも聞き上手だから、またお話三昧になっちゃったわ。
Maibara-kun is such a good listener that I couldn't help telling stories. I'd rather you not mention me in a place like this.
二郎さんは表で待っててくれるかしら？
Jiro-san, could you wait out front?
私はちょっと写真を撮るわね。
I want to take a few pictures.
本当はいくつか道具を持って帰りたいんだけど、それはさすがに無理そうだからね。
There are actually a lot of tools I'd like to bring home, but we obviously can't do that. Takano-san took a camera out of her paper bag and began to snap photographs. She looked like she was having fun, like she was on a scavenger hunt.
ん？
Hmm?
ケイチ君も出るかい？
Keiichi-kun, are you leaving too?
もう十分に見ましたので。
I've seen enough.
シオン、もういいだろ
Shion, you're good too, right?
う。出ようぜ。
Let's get out of here.
綺麗な空気が吸いたいよ。
I want some fresh air.
同感です。
I agree.
出ましょう。
Let's leave. I did feel a bit of hesitation at leaving Takano-san by herself in this darkness. When I thought about it, though, I realized that whatever kinds of evil spirits and ghosts lurked in the darkness, none of them could hold a candle to how scary she was. Even if a phantasm were to appear, she'd be overjoyed and flash her camera at it. Seemed like Shion shared my somewhat rude mental image. We exchanged glances and smiled painfully. Did I miss something? I feel like I did. Oh no, okay, I didn't. 'Cause I clicked the wrong button just now. We left Takano-san there, bathed in her strobe of camera flashes, and decided to go leave the ritual storehouse. Oh, finally after like an hour, happy music. Probably over that actually. Everyone at the festival seemed to have gone to the stream, so their voices were very distant. Voices of the bugs, on the other hand, were clear, leaving an empty feeling of isolation to the place.
どうだい？
How was it?
面白かったかい？
Interesting. Tomitake-san gave us a somewhat mischievous grin. You should have been able to tell by looking at how pale our faces were.
富武さんと一緒に留守番をしてればよかったです。
I should have kept watch outside with you, Tomitake-san. Tomitake-san laughed so delightfully that it wiped away our dark feelings.
シオンちゃんはどうだったかな？
How did you fare, Shion-chan?
怖かったかい？
Were you scared?
一応心の準備があった分、
Oh,
怖く
you
はなかったです
liar!
けど。
You were pretty afraid too. I was prepared for it, so I wasn't too afraid. But
でもやっぱり実物は迫力あります。
seeing the real thing was powerful. Shion spoke like she wasn't scared at all. She really had been quite afraid, but seeing as how I was in a way worse state than her, I didn't have much room to talk. As Tomitake-san grinned candidly, my mind, exhausted and locked up by nervousness, began to calm down. Calm itself.
高野さんはおとなしく見物してたかな？
Was Takano-san an adult about this little expedition? No, she's like a 2-year-old.
ほら、彼女子供っぽいところがあるだろう？
You know how she seems like a child sometimes.
宝の山を前にさぞや興奮してたんじゃないかと思ってね。
I was worried she'd be too excited. Oh no, yeah. Both Shion and I laughed. That was our answer. Whoa, this is a new one. Oh, that one. Okay, I was like, whoa. I recognize that one.
見るだけならいいんだけどね。
Hopefully she was only looking at
こっ
things.
そりと何かを持ち出したり、いじくりすぎて細具を壊したりしないかが心配なんだよ。
I'm afraid she'll sneak something out of there, or mess with the ritual implement too much and break it or something. Right, that's quite possible. She's alone in there right now. She might pilfer something small and easily concealed, holding it in her pockets.
やりかねないです。
I can see that. Shion said what I was thinking.
本当に何も壊したりしなかったかな。
You're sure she didn't break anything?
なんだかドタンバタンと飛び跳ねるような音がよく聞こえたか
I
らね。
could clearly hear some noise like someone jumping up and down.
僕は不安で不安で。
I was getting pretty nervous.
ごめんなさ
And we ever gonna skip over it? Okay, I'm
い。フ
sorry.
ィルムがなくなっちゃったわ。
I ran out of film.
二郎さん、フィルムが余ってたら分けてくれないかしら。
Do you have any more? Could I use some? Takano-san suddenly appeared while we were talking about her, taking everyone by surprise. Tomitake-san smoothly grinned and responded as if nothing had happened. He's pretty mature.
もう予備のフィルムは切れちゃったよ。
I'm all out of spare film.
申し訳ないね。
Sorry about that.
もう、
Jeez.
いついかなる時でもフィルムを残しておかないと、決定的スクープ写真なんか撮れないわよ。
You don't want any Pulitzer prizes by not stocking enough film for any occasion, you know.
仕方ないわね。
Suppose that's it then. Tomitake-san scratched his head apologetically. Without film, we're done here. Takano-san seemed to have given up because of that too. We checked carefully to make sure we hadn't left anything inside, then closed the door and turned to the heavy padlock we'd left behind. Sighted.
高野さん、何も持ち出してないだろうね。
Takano-san, you didn't sneak anything out, right?
失礼ね。
How rude.
そこまで子供じゃないつもりよ。
I'm trying not to be that childish. Clack. Tomitake set the padlock back to the way it was before. From a cursory glance, it didn't look like thieves had snuck in at all.
よし、
Okay,
僕たちも沢に行こう。
let's get over to the stream ourselves.
綿を流すところくらいやらないとお祭りに来た意味がないよ。
If we don't at least set some cotton afloat, there won't be any point in coming to the festival. Tomitake-san spoke brightly, urging us all on. Setting cotton afloat down the stream. Shake my head a few times, struggling with my dismal thoughts. That's a double meaning. Wow. Takano-san, looking a little let down, kept turning back to glance at the ritual storehouse. Oh, you've had your fun.
もうこれっきりにしてくれよ。
Just leave it at that, alright?
十分に知的好奇心は満たせただろう。
You saw enough to state your curiosity, didn't you?
まさか。
Oh no, not at all.
むしろ新しい興味を惹かれるような発見ばかりよ。
Everything I found only renewed my interest.
今日のでこれまでの仮説が一気に現実になったわ。
All those stories and legends suddenly hold water.
これで今後の調べ方がだいぶ変わってくるんだから。
After today, I'm going to have to change the way I look at all this. Wow, she's truly indomitable. Her curiosity really is something else. Still interested in all this through and through. Oh, this is new. I don't think I recognize this view. Yeah, no, this is different. Huh. This is a new background. Oh, I like this background. This looks nice. We descended the stone stairs, and all the people crowding the stream came into view. Near the bottom of the stairs, we could clearly see people receiving cotton that had been cut out for them, then wishing upon the cotton and setting it afloat down the stream. The festival's already over.
まずったな。
Damn.
綿流しの一番いいところを撮影し損ねたよ。
I missed my chance to photograph the best part of Watanagashi.
あら、まだ遅くないわよ。
Oh, but it's not too late.
私が行って流すんだから。
I'm going to go and set some afloat.
私を撮ってはくださらないのかしら。
Perhaps you could take pictures of me? Takano-san, with an impish expression, brought her head to Tomitake-san's shoulder. Oh my god. Despite his age, he looked embarrassed. I felt an honest respect for Tomitake-san, man to man, for dating such a handful of a woman.
じゃあね。
Goodbye then.
前原くん、
Maibara-kun,
しおんちゃんも。
Shion-chan.
僕たちは今からでも沢に行ってみるよ。
We're going down to the stream.
君たちも一緒に来るかい？
Would you like to come with us?
まさか、
No, no.
お二人の邪魔なんてできません。
I couldn't get in your way.
どうぞごゆっくり。
Please take your time. Shion waved her hand at them with an expression just as impish as Takano-san's. Tomitake-san, on his part, seemed to want us to come, but whatever. Shion gave a big stretch and sat down on the stone steps.
疲れちゃいました。
I'm pretty worn out.
同感だな。
Same here.
俺も疲れた。
I'm exhausted too.
ケイちゃんは綿流し初めてなんですよね。
Kei-chan, this is your first Watanagashi, isn't it?
私なんか気にしないで行ってきてください。
Go on, don't mind me. I mean, I don't know. I think we could stay for a little bit.
私は疲れちゃったんで、人混みはちょっとパスしておきます。
I'm tired, so I'd like to stay away from the crowd. Yeah, if we were going to go now, we'd barely slip into the end of the cotton drifting ceremony.
お姉たちがケイちゃんのことを探してるかもしれませんから。
My sister and your other friends might be looking for you too.
行ってきてください。
Go on.
あ、そうだ。
Oh, yeah, right.
ミオンたちと別れたまま、それっきりだったな。
They've been by themselves ever since we got separated.
探してると悪い。
I'd feel bad if they were looking for me. Then Shion suddenly got a playful look on her face, then put her index fingers to her lips, as if telling me to keep this a secret.
お姉ってすっごく嫉妬深いんです。
My sister is the type that gets really jealous.
私がケイちゃんを独占してたことがバレると、いろいろうるさいんで、今夜のことは秘密にしておいてくださいね。
She knew I was hogging you this whole time. She'd never let me hear the end of it, so keep tonight a secret, okay? Keep tonight a secret. Don't say things that are so embarrassing.
そういう意味だけじゃないですよ。
Not only because of that either.
今夜、私たちがしたことを思えば、秘密にするのは当然です。
Considering what we were doing tonight, we really need to keep it a secret.
今夜起こるかもしれないお社様のたたり。私たち4人が最有力候補なんですからね。
Oishiro-sama's curse might happen tonight, and we four would be the prime candidates. The loosening threads of tension became taut again. Shion, however, burst out laughing.
じゃあ、私はお姉に出くわす前に退散します。
Alright, I'm going to get out of here before I run into my sister.
今日は本当に疲れてるから、お姉とやり合えるだけの体力はないですし。
I really am tired, so I don't have the endurance to put up with her anyway.
シオンって、ミオンと仲がいいのか悪いのか、よくわからないな。
I just can't tell if you get along with her or not.
仲、いいですよ。
We get along. Though as she said that, her vague expression explained that there are a lot of oddities in a relationship between twins.
俺は一人っ子だからよくわかんないな。
I'm an only child, so I don't really get it.
せいぜい仲良くしろよ。
Make sure you get along with her, okay?
はい。余計なおせっかいと受けたまわります。
Right. Thank you kindly for your meddling.
それじゃあ私はこの辺で。
Okay, I'm gonna go.
ケイちゃんも急いで行った方がいいですよ。
You sure if you want to make it, Kei-chan?
本当に綿流しが終わっちゃいます。
Watanagashi really is about to end. Shion stood up and brushed the dust off her backside. After watching her do so, I returned my eyes to the final ceremony of the Watanagashi Festival below me.
でも本当に、
Seriously though,
あの音は何だったんでしょうね。
what was that sound anyway?
不愉快というか、気味が悪いというか。
It was kind of unpleasant and creepy.
え、
Hmm?
何の音だって？
What sound?
音ですよ。
The sound.
ドタンバタンって。
You know, the banging noise.
うるさかったじゃないですか。
It was really loud, wasn't it? I was giving her a blank expression, so Shion stared hard at me. I stared hard back at her too.
ごめん、シオン。
Sorry, Shion.
はしょらないで最初から説明してくれないか。
Could you give me the short version?
何がうるさかったって？
What was making noise?
ケイちゃん、あれ、
Oh, this is the first time I've... Oh, no, okay, yeah.
気にならなかったんですか？
It didn't bother you? When all's said and done, it was like we were speaking two different languages.
シオン、
Shion,
冗談抜きで初めから説明してくれないか。
explain it to me without jokes in the beginning, will you?
音がどうしたって？
What's this about a noise?
ケイちゃんこそ冗談抜きで、
Kei-chan, you quit joking around too.
本当に気にならなかったんですか？
Really, honestly, it didn't bother you? Neither of us was giving any ground, and both of us were staring at each other in disbelief. We were answering questions with more questions, with no sign of actual conversation in sight. Oh boy. Baffled, I held in the urge to shout at her, and asked politely one more time. Why are you gonna shout at her?
もう一度聞くからな。
I'm going to ask one more time, okay?
質問は俺からだ。
I'll ask the questions. Shion nodded silently.
じゃあ聞くぞ。
Okay, here goes.
音がしたって何のことだ？
You said there's a sound. What are you talking about?
ドタン、バタンって、
Oh, why did you say it like that? The banging sound.
なんだかどこか遠くの板の間で、子供が跳ねてるような。
It's like a kid was jumping up and down on floorboards somewhere far away.
本当に気にならなかったんですか？
It really didn't bother you?
気にならないも何も。
There was nothing to be bothered by.
そんな音いつ聞こえた？
When did you hear this?
俺は何も聞いてないぞ。
I never heard anything.
ちょっとケイちゃん、それ、本気で言ってるんですか？
Wait, Keiichi, are you serious? Shion, as if she didn't understand my plain and simple answer, pressed me further, her expression serious. I have no clue what she's talking about, but if it has Shion acting so like this, whatever it was, it gave me the creeps and sent a chill down my spine.
さっき、最後殿の中で高野さんと一緒に見て回ってる最中、
We definitely didn't hear that, although Tomitake said something about banging, didn't he? It was while we were looking around the inside of the ritual storehouse with Tomitake, I said Tomitake, I got him on the brain all of a sudden. Takano-san.
高野さんが昔話を始めた頃からかな。
About the time she started her stories, I think it was. That far back?
少しずつ、
Little by little,
だんだんと、
louder and louder,
ちょくちょくと、
off and on. Heard a banging sound like a child jumping on distant floorboards?
嘘だろ？
That can't be true.
最後の最後で怖がらせるのはなしだぜ、おい。
Don't start trying to scare me like that. I didn't hear anything at all. In fact, it was so utterly silent that my own heartbeat was almost deafening.
ケイちゃんこそ、怖がらせないでください。
Please don't try to scare me either, Kei-chan.
なんだか、高野さんの怖い話に合わせて音を立ててるようで、私、ずっと薄気味悪かったんですから。
It was like something was making noise in time with Tomitake. Fuck. Takano-san's scary stories, and I was totally creeped out the whole time. The chill rose from my spine to the back of my head. My blood turned cold as it crawled up my body. When it reached my head, my mind froze over.
ケイちゃんも高野さんも、全然意にも介さない風だったので、私も聞こえないふりをずっとしてましたけど。
You and Takano-san weren't paying any attention to it at all, so I pretended not to hear it either, but
聞こえましたよね。
you heard it, right?
何度かは、すごく大きな音でしたから。
It happened a bunch of times and it was really loud. She was were begging me to tell her I heard it. I had no doubt, however, that my own eyes suggested something entirely different. You've got to be kidding look. In that storehouse, oh no, I already don't like this. Why did only you hear it? I don't like that. Because maybe we just... I feel like Takano would have heard it. Keiichi, maybe he was just so immersed, but no, yeah. And Tomitake also heard it, so I guess I can't chalk it up to like hallucination or anything. Or like paranoia. But it still doesn't make sense. In that storehouse, we were surrounded by brutal ritual tools that looked like they were from another planet, listening to terrifying old stories. That whole time, Shion had been hearing a sound that we couldn't hear by herself. Should that make Shion, who heard it, tremble, or should it make me, who didn't hear it, tremble? I didn't know the answer at that time. For now, Shion seemed to have made that decision before I did. I don't like that laugh.
なんだよ、突然。
What are you laughing about?
引っかかりましたね、ケイちゃん。
I really got you, Kei-chan.
嘘ですよ。
I was sleeping the whole time. No, I don't think you were.
はあ？
What? Shion laughed, saying how easily scared I was, and clapped me on the back. Yeah, I don't believe that. Her smile seemed somewhat artificial, and actually made me feel worse. Yeah, I don't know. Then, after leaving me with 2 or 3 generic, diplomatic goodbye phrases, she left, almost like she was running away. Oh, we should have chased after her. Oh, man, I don't like that. I feel bad. All I could do was look after her, my mouth agape. At the end of the day, I didn't have a clue what was going on. Shion laughed it off and said she'd been lying, but she clearly was not lying. She couldn't possibly have been lying. Of course not. And now that I think back, Tomitake-san said the same thing, didn't he?
なんだかドタンバタンと飛び跳ねるような音がよく聞こえたからね。
I could clearly hear some noises like someone jumping up and down.
僕は不安で。
I was getting pretty nervous. Tomitake-san, the most neutral party at the time, had said he'd heard something. Then the noise, it was real? The banging sounds. Sounds as though a child was jumping up and down on some kind of floorboard far away. Oyoshiro-sama's curse, which happens every year, might happen again tonight. Most plausible victim candidates were Tomitake-san, Takano-san, Shion, and me. The bustling of the people sounded further away than I would have liked. The sounds of the insects sounded too close for comfort. I'm near so much human warmth, and yet I can't ever go back there again. That was the ominous idea that sprouted in my mind. Then all of a sudden, I was pounced on from behind, causing my heart to lurch. Oh! Keiichi, we found you. That was weird. I didn't recognize Rika for a second because of the art style. That freaked me out. There's Rika-chan. When I turned around, Mion and Brenda were there too. We finally found you. Now we just need to find Sadako. Everyone got split up this year. We should make sure we have somewhere to meet up afterwards next year. You're right. It's a festival, so we should all be together. I listened to Mion's happy declaration with a little bit of guilt. Oh, Keiichi, did you root for me while I was dancing? Oh, yeah. Saw it all. Did a good job all the way through. No mistakes either. Oh, no. Not good? Yeah. That's right, Rika-chan. That didn't count as a mistake. Oh, no. And I feel like they all know now I wasn't there either. Oh, no. Oh, that just makes it a little bit more awkward. I tensed up as I realized I'd made a mistake of my own. We should have been a bit more vague. Oh. Leon slapped his hand onto my shoulder a little roughly. I don't like that. A gross sweat broke out over my whole body. Did you do it too, Kei-chan? Did you get some cotton and send it down the stream? You haven't yet, right? Is what I could feel her saying. Without the courage to tell any more lies, I lifelessly shook my head. Hmm? You haven't, Keiichi-kun? You should go now or it'll be over. It'll be over. Why did you just say it again? Sorry. This is my first Watanagashi, so I don't really understand the rules and stuff. That's right. I'm sorry. Mio took my hand and we started walking down the stone steps. Hey, Kei-chan. What? Did you see Shion? Oh, what is this? Oh, that one. Okay. My heart skipped another beat. Maybe Mion could sense my surprise through my hand. No, well... I sort of think I saw her. You two look so alike, though. So it might have been you. You wouldn't have gotten that wrong. We're wearing different clothes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I thought you guys were wearing the same clothes. Mion's momentary silence was like a death grip upon me. I just can't do anything about that Shion. Well, it's her we're talking about, so we can just leave her be. Mion's expression returned to her former usual smile, and we continued down the stone steps. Her fully pulling my hand along. Wow. Oh, is that it? Oh, here we go. Okay, we're gonna do these and then we're ending stream for that. Scrapbook 4. Watanagashi. The rite of Watanagashi is performed during a village festival every June, even now. But reading back to its origin turns up a seriously okay, whatever. Ceremony. Originally, Watanagashi would happen at certain intervals, and after receiving Orishiro-sama's trust, they choose a sacrifice. Then the entire village would kidnap, demon away, the person and ceremonially dissect and devour them in a feast. Ew. The rules that determine the intervals are shrouded in mystery. This is because the ceremonies occurred extremely irregularly. There's a theory that it was determined based on astrological fortune telling, but it isn't too convincing. The residents of ancient Onagafuchi village firmly believed that they were half man, half demon transcendents, and that they were more valuable than humans were, and they forced people within and without to accept that. Perhaps the act of kidnapping and eating people was done to prove that they were higher up on the food chain. This is just a hypothesis, but maybe the rite of Watanagashi was a political event for the purpose of being an outlet for, or outright diverting the attention of, the villagers of the isolated Onagafuchi village. In case of any of their complaints or dissatisfaction grew serious. If that was the main reason these ceremonies were held, then it's easy to explain how erratic they were. Okay, that's one. I'm scared. I hope they're not dead again. The alleged importance of the implements. I can't find anything that gives a concrete description on what the ritual implements were like. They were, however, real, and there definitely existed a multitude of different kinds. One source states that the implements used in the Watanagashi rite alone numbered 200. The obvious question then is why they required such a myriad of them. Myriad of them? I think it's myriad. The rite of Watanagashi was to kidnap people through the demoning away, dissect them, and eat them. I believe the tools were for dissection and restraining, but 200 of them is far too many. Generally, tools evolve in such a way as to reach a solution for a certain problem. Once you've reached the ultimate goal, that is, attached to a certain level of efficiency, the tool's evolution normally stops there. Regardless, why would they have created so many different kinds? One of the cultural elements responsible for diversification over time is that of entertainment. Tools used for entertainment would evolve over time and branch out. Unlike normal tools, reaching the ultimate goal would be more of a dead end, and in search for the next goal, they would split into many different subtypes. So then perhaps it's not a stretch to suggest that these 200 plus implements had some entertainment value. This is just a hypothesis, of course, but maybe the human dissection process was viewed as a type of entertainment. Did you say that? The three families of old would develop one new implement, dissection tool, after another, and each was varied, whoa, I said varied, really weird, novel, and attached spectators to keep them from growing bored. It's not unimaginable. All of them have to be enshrined within that storehouse. There isn't much longer until the night of the Watanagashi. Though its original intent has been lost, I will reveal the secrets of the traditional ceremonial night within the ritual storehouse. Yeah, this is Takano's. I thought so. I can't restrain my excitement. Watanagashi cannot come soon enough. That's the end? Yep, okay. Now we have the last tip. which might clue in who the victim's gonna be, because we'll probably figure out next episode, I'm assuming. After the festival. Oh boy, are we getting our victim? Because last time we got like a hint at it, but I mean now that we're over that, it might be the same, it might be different. Late that night, tensions in the police station were strained. In the silence, many of the staff members' eyes shifted back and forth between the clock and their telephones, counting the seconds in that stifled atmosphere. Kumagaya-kun burst in with the young guy trailing behind him.
おいさん、こっちは検視入りました。じい様もさっき到着です。
Oishi-san, I got the autopsy results. The court physician just got here. Oh, okay, so there's someone dead.
俺もスタンバイ OK しました。
I'm ready to go, sir.
このまま焼死の現場へ直行します。
I'll head straight for the burned bodies look. Oh, no, okay. This is different.
クマちゃん、ちょっと話がややこしくなりました。向こうは身元の判別が非常に困難な状態だそうです。
Kuma-chan, things have gotten a bit complicated. They appear to be having a very difficult time determining who the victim is.
まさか4年前のあれっすか？
They have been dismembered?
いいえ。
Nope.
こんがりといい感じだそうで。
Cooked to a nice little brown. He spoke in sportive tones, but the meaning behind his words was heavy. Staff give a collective sigh.
頭のてっぺんから丸々？
All the way? Head to toe?
バッチリ黒焦げだそうで、あっちの現場かわいそうだな。
Completely blackened, it seems. Probably smells terrible, too. What a shame it is to be Gifu-san. Cooked, with no possessions. Then, discarded outside the prefecture. At worst, it could have taken a week for the body to be identified. The fact that they'd sniffed it out tonight was huge.
今、小宮山君たちが沖宮の歯科医を根こそぎ野襲してます。カルテで歯型照合するしかないでしょう。
Komiyama-kun and a few others are performing a thorough night raid on the dentist in Okinomiya. All we can do is hope a tooth matches some medical records.
ごめん。
Sorry.
誰かきつめのタバコ2箱ぐらい買ってきてくれません？
Could someone go buy me 2 or so boxes of strong cigarettes? The young guy answered in affirmation and darted out into the hallway.
今年は見事見つけましたね。ひょっとすると過去の失踪者もこんな感じで県外で殺されてたんすかね。
We did an excellent job of finding it this year. It could be that the people who disappeared in past were scattered outside the prefecture like this too. Oh, I see. So this is the second body. I see. So this time it failed in the demoning away. Okay. That's interesting too, though, that they're outside the prefecture. That actually makes sense.
なら埋めればいいじゃないですか。重りつけて日本海でも。
So why not bury them or sink them in the
いいですね。
Sea of Japan or Lake Biwa or something like that?
でもどうして一人死んで一人消えるのがこれまでのパターンじゃないですか。
Why though? Hasn't the pattern so far been one person dies and another disappears?
クマちゃん、仏は拘束なしでドラム缶の中でこんがりでしょ。多分締められた後にわざわざ焼いたんじゃないかと思うんですよ。
The corpse was inside an oil drum, unrestrained and cooked. They probably burned them after strangling them.
見つかることを覚悟の上でです。
They knew it'd be found. Ah, I didn't think about that. Okay.
じゃあつまり今年は消す気は初めからなかったってことっすか？
So what you mean is, from the beginning, they didn't want a person to disappear this year?
消す気がないってよりは、これはそれとは全く別のものでしょうね。消すどころか主張しているようにすら感じられますよ。
Not so much that as they just aren't related. The person didn't disappear. In fact, whoever did, it seems to have wanted to make it a show of it.
つまり見せしめの意味があるってことっすか？
You mean it could be a warning? He folded his arms, and then heaved a long and heavy sigh.
それをしないでやってくれりゃ、その線もあるんですがね。
That might have been the case had it appeared in town.
こんな遠くまで運んで焼いちゃったら、下手したらわかんないでしょう。見せしめにするなら、ひなみ沢の近くでやるべきなんですよ。
If they'd messed up, taking the victim far away and burning them alive wouldn't have been noticed. If they meant it as a warning, they should have done it closer to Hinamizawa.
殺したことを主張したいのに、場所は演出効果の確実じゃない遠方。主張したいのか隠したいのか。
They wanted to emphasize the fact that they killed the victim, but instead of doing it somewhere for dramatic effect, they did it outside the prefecture. Did they want to emphasize it or hide it?
今年は何考えてるのかな、お社様は。
Boy, I do wonder what Oyashiro-sama's up to this year. Telephone ring cut through the heavy silence. A staff member nearby snatched up the receiver.
おいさん、小宮山さんです。
Oishi-san, it's Koyama.
出ました。
They have it.
沖宮のデンタルクリニックで3年前に親知らずの治療をしてます。
The dental clinic in Okinomiya fixed a wisdom tooth 3 years ago.
カルテは
What about the records?
レントゲン付きでバッチリと。
Complete with x-rays.
いやー、こんな明け方前に歯医者さんには申し訳ないな。クマちゃん、小宮山くんからカルテ受け取ったらすぐに出発してください。
Well, I feel bad for waking up the dentist before dawn. Kuma-chan, get out there as soon as you get the records from Komiyama-kun.
了解っす。
Will do.
あ、課長です。夜分お疲れ様です。
Oh, it's the chief. Thank you for coming out at this hour.
大石さん、遅くなって申し訳ない。状況は
Oishi-san, my apologies for my lateness. What's the situation?
やっと面白くなってきたってとこですかね。
Well, it's
燃え
just
て
getting
き
good,
た
you
ぞ
see.
ー。
We're all getting fired up.
わー
Oh, I'm assuming we're gonna see Oishi again soon. Probably like maybe next episode, like last time. That's gonna be interesting. I hope we don't go insane. We've already got some stuff that would make him go insane. What we learned this episode. I'm worried about Keiichi and Shion because of what happened this episode, especially because they went in the storehouse. I had a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I thought it was a bad idea. Wow, my English is terrible, but that's not good. I'm worrying about both of them because I feel like one of them's gonna kill again, like last time. I don't know. I'm worried about Shion and Keiichi mostly. I feel like one of them's gonna kill, or they're gonna get killed. I don't like how no one got like demon away yet. I don't like that. I feel like Tomitake and Takano are dead, and those two are gonna want to disappear. I guess. I don't know. That's confusing, but I'm gonna end stream for tonight. I've been streaming for 4.5 hours, and I think this is a good stopping point. Next stream might be longer. I don't know. Streaming for this is good enough, though. I think this is a good stopping point for today. Thank you guys for coming out, and I'll see you guys soon. Probably. I don't know. What's today? Say Saturday? Yeah, today's Saturday, so maybe Monday. I'll try doing it earlier. I know I was gonna stream yesterday, but then I suddenly just didn't feel like it. So yeah, I'll try streaming Monday. I'll see you guys next time though. See ya.